Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elite Academy here in Long Beach. My fans, if you are excited, let me hear you make some noise. You have traveled long and far to be here, and it is time we start our show. I am excited to introduce to our stage a Master Pro 10 coming from Ellington, Florida. Please, with all the energy inside of you, welcome to the stage, Brandon Cunningham. What is up? How y'all feeling? Come on, how y'all feeling? Woo. Man, I feel different. Any of y'all feel different this morning? Oh my. How many, I just want to know, we might need the lights to be turned up on this one. How many of you have taken your first dose of this bad boy? Whoa. A different type of buzz in the house today. I can feel it. I can't wait to see what this room's like tomorrow. Because this stuff is good. Really good. I just want to get a feel for the room a little bit. You got to know your audience. I'd like to know how many of you guys are returning to an Elite Academy, like this is your second or more. Raise your hands. Wow. Wow, that's more than I expected. That's more than I expected. So you're probably here because maybe you're in Kansas City. Who was in Kansas City? That's awesome. And your business grew. The 15th of the month is a little more special now because you were in Kansas City. Anybody like the 15th of the month? All right, I do too. So your business has grown, so you've come back for a little bit more. You're in the right spot. Some of you are here because you were afraid of missing out. How many are here? How many are here because of this? Everybody wanted to be here for this launch. No one wanted to miss it. And we're glad you're here because you would be missing some amazing stuff if you were not at this event, guys. And the rest of you, you're just here for the party, right, Rancan? You're just here for the party. So we're excited to have you guys here. You first-timers, though, these events are really built for you. Lights up if we can. If you're a first-timer, first time at Elite Academy, let's make some noise, guys. Let's see who you are. All right. All right, round of applause for you guys. The lifeblood of what we do is getting to share this amazing company products with new people all the time. And so they've asked me to come out and kind of just lay this thing out, what it's going to look like for the next couple of days, give you a little insight, set some expectations for what's going to happen for the next couple of days. And I probably can do that because this is around my 35th Elite Academy. So there's some others here that we've been doing this since the beginning. We haven't missed an Elite Academy. So I just want you guys to know that 10 years, you first timers, 10 years ago, I was just like you, attending my very first Elite Academy. I was kind of coming in just to see if this thing was for real. And I'm not going to ask for participation there because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I know there's some people out there that are just here to see if this thing's for real or not, okay? Just know I was just like you, really skeptical. This was back in 2009. We were heavily invested in the real estate market, and we just saw all of that disappear real quick. And so we were looking, we were searching, but we basically saw like 17 years of hard work just disappear. So I'll say I was angry, to tell you the truth, with what was going on. And I got a call, my wife got the call about this crazy yellow pill, right? A lot of you guys got that phone call. And we were asked to watch a video. It took me 4 weeks to watch the video because I knew it was network marketing. Just laying it out for you. It took me 4 weeks to watch the video. We finally watched the video, and then I was told that we needed to come to an Elite Academy. And that's really where the light came on for us. So that's what I'm hoping for a lot of you, that sometime between today and tomorrow, the light comes on, and you see what a lot of us have seen. All the people that have returned, the light's already on. But we know Elite Academy can really change everything for people. They're important for you to be at. So I want to give you a strategy. And when they asked me to do this, I was so excited that I immediately started working on a PowerPoint. I spent a lot of time on this thing. So can you guys get that PowerPoint up for me? It's going to lay out for you just step-by-step approach to what you need to do. I'm going to lay this thing out. It's really, can you guys get that up? It's really good. You might want to put it up. I'm just kidding. I don't have a PowerPoint, guys. Come on. I just want them to be on their toes. If I'm going to be nervous and sick to my stomach, I want them nervous and sick. You guys, there's no PowerPoint. We're going to get this thing going. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I won't do that to you again if you don't ask me to be up here again. How many of you guys are here because you want to learn more about the products? Awesome. Yeah. We don't have a business without the products. The end user is everything to this company. And customers are end users, distributors are end users, and it's good that you know about the products. Not so that you can go out and, try to impress people with everything you know, but that you have a higher level of belief in the products. So we're going to be talking about the products. And so take notes. Take notes, whether you're a product person or not. Take notes because you don't have to repeat all the information, but as long as you feel like you know more than the person you're talking to, you're going to win. You're going to win the conversation. And so we're going to hear from Dr. Brian Dixon, guys. You're going to be really excited to hear from him. Clap it up. Clap it up. If you don't know who he is, you're going to know. So he's going to be talking about NAD. I can tell you guys, this stuff it's blown my mind what it's done. To give you a little snapshot, going back to late August, we were over in Ireland with the company, and we were doing what you do in Ireland. Some of you know what you do when you're in Ireland, and we did that. We did it, and I was on NAD, and I flew back home, and I felt amazing. And then the next weekend, we flew back on Sunday. The next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I was in my boat making trips to the Bahamas. Felt amazing. 470 miles in a boat in 2 days. Right? Unbelievable, and didn't feel a thing. Amazing, right? The next weekend, my wife and I did a triathlon with the kids. Triathlon the next weekend, right? No problem with recovery. Felt amazing. The next weekend, we went to Spain for a tour with the company. All the way back. Felt amazing. And then this weekend, we're here. That would not be possible at the level we've done without NAD. That product is blowing my mind. And I was talking to Ryan Goodwin yesterday, and Ryan said they're going to tell us something this morning. I mean, their faces, they were all giddy. I think we're going to hear it this morning. Right, Ryan? We're getting it this morning. And apparently, if you take all three of our Protandim products together, they're going to tell us something today that Ryan said I would do something in my, I'm going to, when I see the results, when we hear the results this morning, I'm going to do something in my pants. That's what Ryan said. So I like to be prepared. So Ryan, I'm ready for your announcement, buddy. I'm ready to hear what all three of these things do together. All right, who's here to hear more about the business? Who's here to learn more about growing the business? Right on. Right on. So I just want to make sure we're on the same frame of mind. I ask you two questions so that I know we're going to deliver this correctly. Would you rather have more money or less money? More money. I think I got that. Would you rather have it sooner or later? Oh, well, you're in the right place. We're going to teach you to learn how to make more money sooner with our business presentations you're going to have here. So make sure you're taking notes. And I can tell you this, guys, money does not buy you happiness, but neither does poverty. Okay? We're also going to do some recognition while we're here. You guys, this is a big part of our event. Some people call it the rah-rah session, though. I never really understood that. But let me tell you this. The people that are going to walk this stage that we're going to recognize are the people that have made this possible, right? And so by round of applause, if you love Pro Tandem, all of them, make some noise. Raise your hand, make some noise. All right. Yes, yes. So, if it wasn't for these people we're going to recognize, you wouldn't know about Pro Tandem. So I want you to clap it up like that when they're walking the stage, right? Like you just won the lottery. Like that kind of clap it up, right? When they walk the stage, because if you're in this building, you have won the lottery. It's just that simple. It's just up to you to cash the ticket. You were in the right spot, guys. And how about this? Let's recognize, this is a group of people, I don't know, in 35 Elite Academies recognized, but I just want to mention, if you are a mom or a parent, and you've ever brought a kid to this event in diapers, can you stand up, put the lights on? Yeah, I see, look right over there. There's some diapers right over there. There she is. Y'all wait, there's a baby. What an awesome group of people committed to their business to come here with their kids. If those people need help, we need to help those people, right? It takes a village, right? So make sure you are taking care of those folks. And I would tell you what, give me a room full of moms with babies all day long in this business, because that's how you grow this business. All right, I kind of want to just give you a couple little tips that helped us in the beginning of this business. You are in the right atmosphere to grow your business, guys. You're in the right place. You're with the people who know what you should be doing to grow this business. So if there's one bit of advice I would give you that is really on you, it's not going to come from the stage, it's up to you, and that is surround yourself with people who have what you want out of this opportunity. And I don't know what it is that you want out of this opportunity, but surround yourself with them. Just be the fly on the wall. Rub shoulders with them. Maybe just go up to them, introduce yourself, and say, hey, I'm not going to say anything. I just want to listen to what you're saying. Okay? It's not weird. We're used to it. We were you at some point, just trying to figure this thing out. And so do what you can to get the most out of this event by being with the people who have what you want. I remember early on, we got to go to some dinners with some people that, we got to ask them the questions. We had we were highly skeptical about this opportunity and this whole profession, to tell you the truth, really skeptical. And the only way you're going to learn, how do kids learn, guys? What do kids do to learn? Why? That's what you should do. You should be asking why. Why this, why that? Because that's the only way you're going to learn. And once you do that enough, you'll get your answers and your belief goes up. And when your belief is up, you win the conversation. Right? So I want to just send you out with something that's going to help you. We're always getting asked, like, what's the special invite? How do you invite? I'm going to give you, doing that in these days. That's a no-no these days. That was definitely not in the notes. So, check this out, guys. I want you to, literally, I want you to move to the edge of your seat. Move out to the edge. Get your cheeks right on the end. Come on. Everybody's got to do this or it doesn't work. If you got a little booty, just hang on to the person next to you. And if they got a little booty, you guys need to go to Popeyes and eat some chicken for lunch. All right, everybody's there? All right. Now that you're there, and we've done this for real, here's an invite for you. Hey, ... We can, that's cool. But write it down. You will not believe what I just heard. It literally has me on the edge of my seat. Do you have 10 minutes, Monday or Tuesday, to hear what I just heard? If you'll send that out to some people, you'll have some appointments, and you can share with them what you learned at this event. You guys have a great event. Let's kill it, guys. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your Life Advantage President and Chief Executive Officer, Darren Jensen. That's ridiculous. Welcome, everyone. You know, normally I'm not backstage pacing. I was waiting for Brandon to get off stage. Well, no, I shouldn't have said it that way, but I was waiting for Brandon to finish. And I must have done a mile or two back there. I'm already sweating. I don't know if I'm just excited or if it's the NAD talking, but all right. Well, I know that I've seen people from all over the world here at our Elite Academy. I want to recognize a few of those. First, we have a member of our board of directors here, Darwin Lewis. Darwin, do you want to stand up and wave? This is his first Elite Academy, so let's make sure we show him a little bit of love. I know that last week I was in Japan. We had their convention last week, and I was told that a number of Japanese were coming. Do we have any Japanese out there? I'm waiting for it to translate. About 10 seconds later, we won't hear it. Oh, we have Harada-san, one of our pro tens from Japan down here. Welcome, Harada. I even saw some of the Australians, and wherever the Australians are, that's typically where the party's at. Now, specifically, I saw Charlotte Ventura. Where's Charlotte at? Sorry, I can't see from up here, but oh, right there. Brand new Pro 9 out of Australia. A couple of days ago, so congratulations, Charlotte. Well, guys, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. Can you believe it? Really? A decade has already went by with us changing lives, of seeking to change the discussion around health and wellness. But really, Life Vantage can trace its beginnings long before that. It really began with a breakthrough in a laboratory nearly 5 decades ago. A discovery that proved our bodies had untapped abilities that could be flipped on like a switch, and left us with a single question. The question was, if these genes have switches, can we communicate with those, and can we flip those switches? Can we tell them what to do and take control of our own health. 20 years ago, 2 decades ago, we found the answer, and it was a resounding yes, we can. And the science of nutrigenomics was born, and soon after, the world was introduced to what many of you have been affectionately calling the little yellow pill. Right? Can you believe that all this has happened in only 10 years because of that little yellow pill? Together in the last 10 years, we've gone from just 127 initial biohackers with us. Do we have any of those initial 127 out there still? Well, make some noise if you do. Well, why don't you stand up? If you're one of those original 127, guys, let's give them a round of applause. So that's 127. Now, if you look at the cumulative total to everyone who has come into the company, it's been over 1 million. We've shared over, it's pretty incredible. We've shared over 25 million bottles of Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. We've been featured in hundreds of studies, magazines, television shows, and even John Keones, that reporter, asked this very important question.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock.
All right. I like that song. Good job there, DJ Rankin. Let's give him a little bit of love, too. Good job, DJ Rankin. So do you want to get an edge on turning back the clock? In 2010, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer was proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. In 2015, Washington State University declared that Protandim NRF2 is likely to be the most important health-promoting approach in the foreseeable future, and that NRF2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of health. It's pretty good. And then in 2017, a study conducted by the Intervention Testing Program funded by the National Institute of Aging discovered that Protandim NRF2 Synergizer extended the median lifespan of male mice by 7%. So we're actually cracking the aging code, right? And that's only a small sampling of the studies that have been conducted over the last decade. Not only has this little yellow pill impacted physical wellness, it's also provided financial means to thousands. The single product alone has taken us on a journey to near $250 million a year today. It has led us to the creation of True Science, an NRF2 personal care line, to Axio, an NRF2 infused nootropic, Physique, a powerful weight management system, and more. It has provided the means and paved the scientific path to an additional groundbreaking nutrigenomic product called Protandim NRF1 Synergizer, which has been shown to flip the switches on the genes responsible for mitochondria production. It has led to hundreds of thousands of individuals receiving commission checks. It has paid out nearly $1 billion in commissions over the last 10 years. That's pretty good too. It's helped individuals pay for things as simple as groceries and as big as rent, automobiles, and college. But most importantly, it has changed the health of our brothers and sisters all over the globe. Everywhere I go, I hear emotional, personal stories of the effect that Protandim NRF2 has had on lives. And literally, I could probably spend days up here sharing them. But combining wellness with financial opportunity, how can any of us honestly say that together we have not changed the world? So look around at the thousands of people in this room and the customers and the families that each of you represent. And we can say that at least for those of us here in this room, that we have changed the world, right? Now, I'm asked this question all the time. They say, well, are you happy with where we're at? Yeah, I'm happy. We're happy. We're ecstatic. This is my ecstatic face, okay? Those of you that work with me know that I'm just pretty even keeled. This is my ecstatic face. And yet, we were strangely not satisfied with where we're at. And really, pioneers, like all of us are here in this room, are really never satisfied. We know that LifeVantage can change the world, and we've proven it, and we want to help change the world for even millions of more people. We're changing the conversation around health and wellness as we know it, because every single person on the planet deserves to know what is possible. With all of that, and with the knowledge that Pro-Tandem NRF2 Synergizer has done for the world in the past 10 years, and what it will continue doing for the world in the future, because Pro-Tandem NRF2 Synergizer is just as relevant and powerful today as it's ever been. Even with that knowledge, I could not be more excited for where we're going in the next 10 years because of what we're launching today. I've been in the industry for 3 decades now, and over those decades, I've personally been involved in billions of dollars of growth. I've started 2 of the direct selling Global 100 companies and launched countless products that have sold billions of dollars. And yet, I've never felt the buzz. I guess that's probably a good word, buzz. Probably we don't want to call it that. I've never felt the energy around a product or felt as much excitement for the potential of a product that I'm feeling today. And I think it's because of the effect, really, that this product has on us. And I even have my own personal, I've probably taken the product longer than almost anyone. And to give you an example of the effect that it's had on me personally, I told this story to the elites yesterday in the meeting. How many are staying in the Hyatt Hotel? Raise your hands. Were you here a couple of nights ago? For those of you not in the hotel, a couple of days ago, we had to evacuate the hotel. At 10 o'clock at night, the alarm started to sound. And an automated voice, or an automated woman's voice came on and said, there is an emergency in the hotel, evacuate the hotel. There is an emergency in the hotel, and it just kept ringing this loud siren. So like any good person, I just waited and thought, yeah, maybe that'll go off in a little while, right? And I waited, so about 2 or 3 minutes went by, and I thought, I'll look out the window to see if I can see any flames or something going on here. Didn't see any of that. Yeah, pointing to it. Well, I better grab my wallet, my passport. Anyway, I got everything in my pockets, and I walked out in the hall, and there was a lot of our LifeVantage family out in the hall too. And so we walked over to the stairs, and I forgot to mention, we were on the top floor, the 17th floor, and they said, don't use the elevator. So we knew we had to go down 17 flights of stairs. And there were people of all ages that came streaming out. I saw Skip Campbell and his family come streaming by, and I saw others. And so I was the last one walking down, and I thought to myself, maybe it's just because I used these products, all 3 of them together. But if I had to, I felt pretty confident that I could pick up any man, woman, or child and probably carry them down those 17 flights of stairs. No, honestly. And for that matter, I felt that if I had to, I could probably run up and bring down 2 or 3 more, right? Now, at our last Elites conference, I said that using our product, I felt like this. This is what I felt like going down those stairs. Now, for those of you that were out at our Ireland event, how many made it to Ireland? That was an awesome trip. We were actually out there near the lake where we were staying, and I had just taken the product, and I believe that they actually captured the effect that it had on me specifically. Let's see that evidence right now. Say, I'm not lying, we have it on film. It actually worked. So employees have been lining up for it. The early testers have been begging for more. You've heard about it despite our best efforts to keep it quiet until today. Our early testers have not really been able to contain themselves, and heck, I could hardly even contain myself. So I guess the only solution to this challenge is to officially launch it today. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Pro Tandem NAD Synergizer. Every day, all around us, are people that deserve more. More of their hopes, their dreams, more of their joys, and even their struggles, more of their passions and their connections. That's why we started LifeVantage, to flip genetic switches, allow people to feel better, and do more. Introducing the newest member of our groundbreaking Pro Tandem family, Pro Tandem NAD Synergizer. You've been here to flip the switch on certain so you can have more mental focus, vascular, more energy, more motivation, more to yourself. Because you deserve more. Oh, and one more thing. This is how you'll feel. All right, guys. So now that we have our third member of our Pro Tandem family, just want to give a piece of advice, what we're hoping to do. As I've said and walked us through the last 10 years, we have been primarily a single product company. Today, the world just shifted, and the world of LifeVantage just shifted. We now have the ability to become a systems family, a systems line of products. And I know that Dr. Brian Dixon was pushing to have some testing done to see what the effect, the synergistic effect of the products working together was. We didn't know that we didn't know if we'd have it done by today, but the results came in like 2 days ago. Okay? And as Brandon mentioned, we'll probably need to have other pairs of pants in here, okay? Because it is incredible what it does when you take them together. So, if I were to be sampling this product, I wouldn't just sample one of them at a time. I would sample all three of them together because the effect will be tremendous. Now, to tell us more about this groundbreaking new product that I believe is going to take us to the next level and change millions of lives in the process, I'd like to invite to the stage Senior Vice President of R&D, Dr. Brian Dixon, and Vice President of Marketing and Communications, Jesse Allen.
Well, thank you, Darren. It's incredible to see what you guys have accomplished in the past 10 years. It really is unbelievable. It's a pleasure to be with you today. My name is Jesse Allen. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Communications. Stumble over communications, that's perfect. And I am so excited to share the stage today with Dr. Brian Dixon, our Senior Vice President of Research and Development.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
This tagline here, flip the switch, feel better, do more. It's a simple tagline, but is the embodiment of the Protandim family of products, which is the intentional use of cutting-edge science that allows us to activate the body's natural processes to optimize health and well-being, allowing us to feel more energy, more motivation, more strength, and more cognitive ability, so that we can both participate in and excel at the activities we enjoy. It is the heart of life advantage. It's what sets us apart and is what gives us our competitive advantage. This morning, we're going to take a deeper dive into this competitive advantage. We're going to transform this stage into a classroom, and we're going to let Dr. Dixon teach us for the next 30 minutes. And along the way, we're going to accomplish a couple of things. One, we're going to provide an overview of the science that guides and directs the Protandim family of products. Two, we're going to highlight the fundamental purpose of each product in the family. Number three, and this is what Darren was just alluding to, Dr. Dixon is going to reveal new data that he has discovered for each product in the family. And finally, we're going to give you a few more details and insight about the newest addition to the Protandim family, the Protandim NAD synergizer, and all of the synergistic nature effects of the three products and how they complement one another. All of this is going to be accomplished as he educates us on cellular signaling, nutrigenomics, and the theories of aging. So are you ready? If you're ready, say yes. That feels good. I kind of feel like Rachel Jackson right now. All right, let's get started. So just so you know, this presentation we're going to capture it and we're going to publish it next week. But you're going to want to take notes. Get out your notebooks, sharpen up your pencils, buckle up, and get ready. Our professor is ready to teach. Dr. Dixon.
Hey, thanks. Thanks so much, Jesse.
I'm going to be over here on my stool.
Yeah, you can. Why don't you take 30 minutes off? Everyone ready for a little science school? Yeah? Awesome. How many people out there, scientific advisory board excluded, would be willing to trade me places to come up here and train on nutrigenomics? Any brave souls? There's one hand. All right. Oh, a few more hands. Great. But not a lot of hands went up. So what I hope to do is set a foundation for what nutrigenomics is, in hopefully an easy and understandable way, so that you can also repeat and duplicate it in your business. How's that sound? Sound good? All right, let me start with this. Do you need a brain to be intelligent? Yes. Let's talk about that for just a second. When I pull the definition of intelligence, look what it says: the ability to learn and understand things. I think this is what most of us think about when someone's intelligent, right? That kid who's really good in school, book smart. What surprised me is that second part of the definition, the ability to deal with new and difficult situations. So think about that for just a second. I'm going to show you a video, and we're going to go from just single-celled organisms into insects and then into some higher organisms. And I want you to look at what, excuse me, you can go back and play that. That was my fault. But if you will think about all the behavior that's going on in these different organisms, a single cell doesn't have a brain. Does it need a brain to be intelligent? How is it bouncing around that microscope slide, interacting with its environment, looking for food? Doesn't have a brain. How about this amoeba spreading out, looking for food? Here's an immune attack on a parasite. How do our immune cells know how to do this? Here are yeast growing, dividing. How do they know how to do it? Think about a plant. If I put a seed in the ground, how do those roots know to grow down and those leaves know to grow up? Plants can even respond to touch. You know that. What about sunflowers? How do they know to follow the sun through the course of the day, and in the night they reset themselves so they're facing the sun when the sun rises? We've all seen bananas rot on our countertops. This is a very interesting example. Plants clearly don't have a brain, but here they are feeding on an organism that has a primitive brain. How are the plants outsmarting those organisms? Incredible. Ants, they follow these trails. How do they know? These ants are actually farming those leaves to grow a fungus that feeds the colony. Amazing. Ants are farmers. Forgive me if anyone's squeamish with spiders, but spiders spin a brand new web every single morning. It's where they catch food, where they store their food, and it's even what they call their homes. Ooh, probably an Australian spider. Sea stars. We think about them just sitting on the seafloor, not moving around, doing anything. But look, they're interacting. This octopus, it's going to instantly change color when it comes across a threat, and then mimic a fish and swim away. How do they know how to do this? Amazing. Honeybees, an incredibly complex behavior. So one of the sisters from the hive has been out foraging for food. She comes back to the hive, and through this little dance, communicates to her sisters where food's located, exactly what it is, and how far to fly. It's amazing. How do they know how to do this? In fact, they're changing a gravitational compass into a solar compass. How do they know how to do this? Chameleon, thinking about changing colors? How do fish know how to swim in schools? Why do baby ducks follow their mother? Why do dogs fetch? Are they thinking about this? Cats hate water, but did you know they're really good swimmers? Why do most mammals, within minutes, if not hours after they're born, why are they able to stand up and walk around? How do they know how to do this? There's some human examples. It's self-preservation. They're not thinking this hockey goalie save, and watch this save by a soccer goalie. This is slow motion. That goalie does not have time to think about making that save. He's just reacting to the play. Right? And I always laugh when people tell me they can't swim, because we're born with this inherent ability to make these primitive swimming moves, and we know to hold our breath underwater. Okay? So what is going on in all of these cases? From the single cell up to the human. Is intelligence sitting on top of our shoulders, or is there something else going on? So do you actually need a brain to have this intelligent behavior? No. Think about you guys just sitting here. Are you thinking about Are you thinking about the blood going through your veins? Are you thinking about all those nerve impulses? Are you thinking about your breathing? Are you thinking about digesting the breakfast that you had this morning? If you were fortunate enough to get a workout in, are you thinking about your body repairing those muscles and building up those bones? Or is it just happening? It's just happening. I'm going to show you one more example, okay? I love to use the skin for an analogy, right? The skin is an organ, but I love it because we can see it. Forgive me if anybody's squeamish with blood. I'm going to show a video of a woman who cut her finger pretty badly preparing dinner. A pretty bad cut. But then what she did was went on and photographed her finger every couple of days to look at that healing process. What most of us don't appreciate is the wound healing process is an incredibly organized process. It starts with the immune system to take away all that damaged tissue, and then your skin cells have to grow and divide to ultimately make your finger good as new. It's amazing. Was she sitting there thinking, heal, 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 or was it just happening? Amazing, right? So what did everything have in common? What's the word that you can use to lump all of these behaviors together? You call it luck, skill, adaptation. Maybe we're getting a little warmer. If you were to ask me, I'd call it this: instinct. They just know how to do it. Think about instinct for a second. We can feel when someone walks up behind us, right? We can feel when somebody's staring at us from across the room. It's instinct. So if we have this instinct and these other organisms have this instinct, where would it live in the cell? Here. It lives in your DNA and your genes. And just to clarify a little bit of terminology, if I were to reach into the nucleus of one of your cells, pull out that DNA, and stretch it out here on stage, it would be between 2 to 3 meters tall, right? Or 6 to 9 feet. It's massive, all coiled back up on itself microscopically and put back inside the cell. A gene is just a small piece of that DNA. We have somewhere between 20,000 to 35,000 different genes inside of every one of our nuclei. Amazing. Let me ask you a question. Is DNA active or passive? How many people say active? How many people say passive? You might be surprised by my answer, but I say it's passive. Okay? DNA's job is to do nothing more than store information. It's just sitting there. I'll give you a couple examples. I used to work in a genetics laboratory. One of the projects in that research laboratory was working with archaeologists. So the researcher would go to the archaeological site and bring back to the lab stone tools. Now, if you've ever seen a stone tool or a weapon, they're incredibly smooth and incredibly sharp. But when they pass through tissue, whether it's human tissue or animal tissue, tiny microscopic amounts of DNA make it into these micro cracks that are in these tools. This researcher could bring those tools back to the laboratory, carefully rinse them off, collect the DNA, amplify it up, and sequence it, and they could tell with these civilizations that are tens of thousands of years old were hunting, who they were fighting. DNA is an incredibly stable molecule. IT professionals are using DNA to store data. Because DNA is so stable, we can store information in DNA longer than any digital format we can come up with. DNA is a passive molecule that's just sitting there storing information. A lot like this blueprint. Is there a lot of information here? A ton of information. It's overwhelming. But can that piece of paper actually build the house? No. A piece of paper can't swing a hammer, can't pour concrete. It takes a very skilled worker to read that blueprint and then direct a very skilled worker class, right? A whole bunch of people have to build that house. Okay, so if DNA is like a blueprint, then who are the workers inside of that cell? Who are the workers? I say it's proteins or enzymes. So I think of enzymes as being like these little machines inside of the cell that are making everything the cell and our bodies need to function optimally. So if the proteins and the enzymes are doing the work, who's the boss? Who's directing the workers? It's cellular signaling. And what I should say more specifically is it's coordinated cellular signaling. And it's nothing more than A telling B, telling C, telling D to make something happen inside of the cell. And then everyone goes to work. So we're going to spend a little while on this one. I'm kidding. But I put this up here to illustrate just the complexity of cellular signaling. So when I was doing my molecular biology research, I would use exactly this chart to try to figure out how the signal is getting through the cell. So there'd be some input. It could be a chemical, a pharmaceutical, a drug, nutrient, and then we'd want to make something happen. As a molecular biologist, we want to figure out exactly the way that signal is getting through the cell. But as complex as that is, it's nothing more than A telling B, telling C, telling D, and then what? Something happens. So what initiates this cellular signaling? What kicks it all off? Called receptors. And you can think of these as little sensing proteins that are sitting on the outside of the cell, or maybe even floating around inside of the cell. They are the sensing molecules that initiate cellular signaling. Receptors work a lot like a lock and a key. Right? If I pull out the key to my house, is it going to open your front door? No. Just like your key isn't going to open my front door. The key is like a signaling molecule. There's a lot of specificity. And then through some complex chemistry, they fit like a lock and key. You unlock the lock, you initiate the receptor, and then you get that whole chain of events that occurs. And you can even see at the top of this chart, it says receptor. You can also see the signaling molecules binding to that receptor. And then that chain of events is initiated. Another analogy that I like is that cell signaling is like a chain of dominoes. And if you've ever seen these massive shows of people knocking over dominoes, they always like to have a big grand finale. So there's an input with the signaling molecule, and then something happens. So I'm going to show another video here, but can you all see the different aspects of cell signaling here? What would the signaling molecule be? The finger. Where would the receptor be? The first domino. Then you get the chain of events, and then something's going to happen. So watch, a tiny little input. One domino is going to knock over two dominoes. And then all of those dominoes fall, and then bang, something massive happens. This is the power of cellular signaling. We can get massive effects from tiny little inputs. And I can give you two examples you're probably familiar with. Think about a bodybuilder. They can ingest small amounts of testosterone, and they can put on massive amounts of muscle and completely remodel their physiology. Think about women, birth control pills. You can take this tiny little pill or a patch and completely remodel a woman's reproductive physiology. Tiny input can have massive consequences. This is the power of cellular signaling. And to put it another way, here's another chain of dominoes. That first domino that he's going to have to knock over with a pair of tweezers just weighs 1 or 2 grams or a fraction of an ounce. That last domino is over 100 pounds or about 50 kilos. Okay? So you can get this signal amplification through cell signaling pathways. It's amazing. This is the power of cellular signaling. This is what's coordinating cellular function. So then, what would the purpose of these cell pathways be? Well, do you remember that second definition of intelligence? To react and respond to their environment. Their internal environment their external environment, and maybe what's going on somewhere else in our body. So is that not a form of intelligence? This is where that instinct or that intelligence is living. And it literally doesn't matter which cell signaling pathway I put up here, they're all working the same way. As complex as they are all working in the same way. So now, what about nutrigenomics? For me, seminal work is here. Have you ever heard that chocolate, and that nasty dark chocolate, is actually really good for your cardiovascular health? Yeah. But why is that? And this was exactly the question that these researchers wanted to answer. Why is chocolate so healthy for us? So these researchers go in, they pull out the different compounds from chocolate, they start to investigate. But to their surprise, they found two things. One, these compounds aren't actually that abundant in chocolate. So they're present in low concentrations. Moreover, they found that when they give these compounds to people, they are very poorly absorbed. So if there's not a lot of them to begin with, they're not bioavailable, how can they be having such great effects? This is what they sought to answer. They found that one of these compounds from chocolate can't make it into the cell. So it's not even getting in where it can do any good. But what they found through a series of experiments is that it's actually binding a receptor and doing what? Activating cellular signaling pathways. Then they go on and do the molecular biology. They figure out how that signal's going through the cell. And they're even able to identify the proteins that needed to be turned on so that we can experience those cardiovascular health benefits in the indulgence in dark chocolate. This is the whole concept of nutrigenomics. Using nutrients to activate cell signaling pathways to turn on health-promoting genes. Simple, right? So now you can trade me spots and finish the lecture then. How's that? So how does LifeVantage then apply these principles to its product line? How are we utilizing nutrigenomics, making you as healthy as possible? The easiest way to talk about it is by couching it in the theories of aging. Now there are many, many different theories of aging out there. You might ask yourself, well, why is that? Well, researchers have been looking for years and years and years to try to find the one thing that's responsible for the aging process. But they weren't able to find it. So then they add a new theory and a new theory. They still haven't found the one thing that's responsible for why we get old. So what's probably going on is there's an additive effect with all of these different theories. A little bit of deleterious effects from one, from another, and you get these additive effects. So our approach has been to tackle the most well-known, the most researched, and then how can we combat them. So the three we're going to talk about today are the oxidative stress theory of aging, the mitochondrial theory of aging, and the newest to the protandem family, the sirtuin theory of aging. So here's the pathway for NRF2. You've all heard of NRF2? Once or twice. So look, NRF2 gets released, goes into the nucleus, and flips these switches for these protective and survival genes. So how are we utilizing this knowledge in our product line? In this case, specifically, protandem NRF2 synergizer. It's simple, right? Think about signaling molecule or input. It's nothing more than the ingredient deck. What's the switch? I'll give you a hint. It's in the name of every product. Okay? In this case, it's the NRF2 pathway. And then we get all of those benefits that we experience. So both Darren and Jesse have talked about some new data that we got back. So we were asking the experimental question, if Protandem NRF2 Synergizer is working as advertised, can we measure it? So NRF2 is going to go into the nucleus, and can you see it's going to turn on genes? We looked at 2 of those genes, and the names don't really matter, but it's NQO1 and heme oxygenase, right? 2 of these pro-survival genes that are regulated by NRF2. So if Protandem NRF2 Synergizer is working as advertised, we should see those genes turned on, right? Well, look what we found. In just 24 hours, we saw a 40% increase in NQO1 and a 51% increase in heme oxygenase. The products are working as advertised. How about the second theory of aging, the mitochondrial theory of aging? If you're not familiar with what the mitochondria are, they are the powerhouse of the cell. They are literally generating all of the energy that we need to function every second of every day. They are so important to our health and well-being that if I were to take somebody, snap my fingers, and shut off their mitochondrial function, they would be dead in a matter of seconds. That's how much energy we're consuming. The most toxic compounds on Earth work by shutting down mitochondrial function. They are essential for our long-term survival. So what's the mitochondrial theory of aging? Mitochondrial theory of aging states that as these mitochondria are working, and even the healthiest of mitochondria are producing a little bit of oxidants and free radicals. So those oxidants and free radicals are working back on the mitochondria, causing damage, and you start to get this vicious downward spiral. The mitochondria are also particularly susceptible to other insults and oxidative stress and free radicals. So you can see this continues to viciously spiral downhill. As we age, the mitochondria don't work as efficiently, and they produce even more free radicals and antioxidants. So we were asking the questions, were there things we could do to promote mitochondrial health? The gene that's been shown to regulate mitochondrial health and mitochondrial turnover is called what? NRF1, the name of the product. So again, if we come back to our framework, signaling molecules are the input or the ingredient. What's the switch? The NRF1 pathway. And then all of those health benefits related to mitochondrial health. So again, if we come back to our scientific framework, and Protandem NRF1 Synergizer is activating the NRF1 protein, we should be able to measure the genes that are regulated by NRF1. So interestingly, NRF1 actually regulates itself. So when it's active, it turns on more of itself. And then another important protein called PGC1 alpha that's been shown to help with mitochondrial turnover. So we're moving the bad ones and putting good ones back in their place. What did we find? We found that Protandem NRF1 Synergizer can increase the NRF1 gene by 65% and increase PGC1 alpha by 71% in just 24 hours. The products are working as advertised. Let's talk about this latest theory of aging to life advantage, the sirtuin theory of aging. Hold your hats, here we go. There's a family of proteins called the sirtuins. Sirtuins are so interesting because when they're activated, we get a number of health benefits that result. So up on the screen, I've really simplified this, but one of those is called autophagy. This is known as cellular cleanup. So you can literally think of this as being a little vacuum cleaner moving through the cell that's picking up all the garbage that accumulates over time as we age. And then we talk about balancing a healthy inflammatory response, and you get a whole host of health benefits that ultimately result in healthy longevity. The problem is sirtuin activity declines by 60% as we age. So what can we do? We looked at sirtuins and we asked the question, what's the thing that's been shown in the scientific literature to best activate sirtuin activity. It's a phenomenon called caloric restriction. Now, this isn't just a little diet. We're talking about drastically reducing the number of calories that you and I would eat every day. We would only be able to eat about 700 to 800 calories every single day if we want to activate sirtuin protein. Anyone want to eat 750 calories the rest of their life? No, it's a miserable existence. So caloric restriction activates it. More research went on, and they found something very interesting. There was a molecule called NAD that is required for that sirtuin activation. So under caloric restriction, what's been shown in terms of increasing sirtuin activity? There's a 94% increase in the activity of the sirtuin protein. If we want to look at NAD and activate sirtuins through NAD, we also have to look at the NAD biosynthetic pathway. Forgive me, this one is complicated. But what I want you to take away is on your left side, your body can make NAD from scratch. Okay? On the right side, your body can make NAD by recycling the NAD that's been consumed in various enzymatic reactions. So two ways to make NAD, from scratch or through recycling. So we ask the question, could we activate the NAD biosynthetic pathway nutrigenomically? Again, it's nothing more than utilizing the signaling molecules or the input, the ingredients in the product, the switch, the NAD pathway, and then all of the health benefits that we experience. So if we come back, well, trust me, it gets way, way better. You're clapping already. So if we come back and we look at this NAD biosynthetic pathway, there's two enzymes that are the most important to make NAD, recycle NAD. We go into the laboratory and we measure the upregulation of these genes, these nutrigenomic interventions. What did we find? We see a 12% increase in the expression of these genes. But remember, it's sirtuin activity that we're trying to target. So what did we see? Remember, caloric restriction increases by 94%. What did we find? 100%. 100% activation. It's amazing. And just for fun, we were curious about the competition. The competition is utilizing a different approach. They're not using nutrigenomics. They're trying to make it from scratch. Okay? What did they show? Only a 2% increase in sirtuin activity. 50 times lower than Protandim NAD synergizer. Unbelievable. And thus, you'll experience the improved mental focus and concentration, supporting a positive mood and motivation, boosting mental and physical energy, supporting the body's healthy inflammation response, maintaining cholesterol levels already in a healthy range, and overall cardiovascular health. To name a few. Amazing. This nutrigenomic approach to nutrition works, and we can show this in the laboratory. Back in just a second. Stay here. Stay here. How incredible is that? How incredible is he? Oh, thank you. This is what I get to do all day, every day. I just get to sit and listen to him. So I don't know if your notebooks are full. I didn't see a lot of notes. I saw some. Your batteries are probably dead on your phones, though. Thank you. I love listening to you. I love learning from you. That you've got this talent where you can take
what is so complex and distill it into a way that someone as simple as me can
The
understand.
communication guy can understand.
The communication guy can
Thank you very much.
understand. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, now we recognize that he shared a lot of information, and a lot. And some of you are going to want to study it. Some of you are going to want to read it. You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to digest all of it. And we certainly encourage you to do all of that. Get familiar with each product in the Procandum family. Familiarize yourself with the science and gain a little confidence in talking about each product collectively and individually. So to help with some of that, we're going to provide the following marketing materials. Early next week, this presentation that he just did will be published both in the News Center and it will be published in the official LifeVantage Independent Distributor Facebook group. On the NAD Synergizer product page of your referral sites, you're going to find an overview of the product, a new product video that our elites or those in the leadership meeting saw yesterday, downloadable PDFs of the product info sheet, as well as the FAQs that you can print, hand out, or share electronically with your companies or your customers, as well as a science tab that gives more information on cellular signaling and the connection between NAD and sirtuin. So all of that is going to be on the product page of your referral site. Okay, also in the official LifeVantage Independent Distributor Facebook group, we have created a new unit, and hopefully you're familiar with units. You can find them both on the mobile app of Facebook as well as on the desktop side. In that unit, there's going to be a PowerPoint presentation of NAD Synergizer, new shareables that you can share in a social environment, those animation videos that you saw leading up to the launch that feature some of the Pro 10, some of the FAB members, as well as some of the corporate staff. The product video that will be on the home or on the product page will also be there in the unit to share. And as more and more information becomes available, we'll add to that. So each of those assets can be downloaded from the unit and then shared from your personal device. And finally, obviously, the quickest and easiest way that we'll find and share information is through the official LifeVantage app. Okay, let's quickly walk through some packs and pricing, some stats and availability. NAD pricing, the list price is $65.99. Subscription is $55.99 with 45 GB. However, for a limited time as an introductory offer, the subscription price is going to be $49.99 with 40 GB. If you're aware of that. Bundles. The all-new Tri-Synergizer bundle, the list price is $150.99. Subscription price $125.99 with 100 GB. Now this is the one you want to get. And finally, the Ultimate Stack. This price of $286.99. Now the Ultimate Stack, you understand, is the Vitality Stack with the NAD Synergizer, as well as the prebiotic from the Physique line. This price is $286.99 if you're using the package, $284.99 for bottles, and then subscription $239.99 for the package, $237.99 for bottles, and 200 GB. I think you'll understand the importance of subscription order 200 GB. Now, starting today, in the U.S. market, NAD Synergizer will be included in all enrollment packs. That's effective today. So go to work. All of this happens at 10:30 a.m. here Pacific time.
11:30.
11:30. I just said 10:30 because I'm the communication guy, but the scientists got us straight.
We just don't want people rushing out too early to go get it.
Yeah. 11:30 a.m. Pacific time for Procandum NAD Synergizer, the Tri-Synergizer, and the Ultimate Stack. And all of the updated enrollment packs are available here in the U.S. market. The individual product, the bundle, as well as the stack are available on the Canada NFR site. And most importantly, you can still get the product right here in the store, either through pickup.lifevantage.com or just head over to the store and get it. Finally, details on the international rollout of NAD Synergizer. We're going to share those as they become available for each market. Now, before we end, Dr. Dixon has just a few more things to show you. And in this situation, he actually definitely saved this for last. So you're going to want to take out your cameras and capture exactly what he's about to show you.
This gets really cool. And before I get into the nitty-gritty too, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Kiana Martinez and Dr. Christina Beer, who have worked so closely with me to make these studies happen. They're amazing to work with. Okay, so we saw that the individual products are working amazingly individually. We had the suspicion that there was going to be a massive synergistic effect between the three products in the Protandim family. Guess what we found? A massive synergistic effect. Okay? So there's a lot going on here. This is the data that I showed you for the individual products upregulating their respective genes. But what did we find with the tri-synergizer? For NQ01 in the NRF2 gene family, a 78% increase in that gene, or an additional 83% increase.
Okay, wait. So on the left-hand side, I'm looking at the product individually, 40%. That's just NRF2. And if I use all three products in the Protandim family, Synergizer, 78%. Shut the front door.
And then look what happens when we get into heme oxygenase. A massive additional increase in heme oxygenase. So much so we had to break that bar and be up through the ceiling on the screen. Or an additional 1,500% increase. Do you see the synergy? NRF1, it increased to 90%, or a 38% increase over the single product alone. PGC1 alpha increased to 120%, or a 69% further increase. How about the NAD genes? Look at this. The first one, we saw it increase to 128%, or an almost 1,000% increase in the expression of that gene. And then, are you ready for this? Look at this. That other NAD gene went up to 227% for an almost 1,800% increase. That's the excitement. So, can you see the power of utilizing the entire Protandim family of products? I was up very early this morning to attend the LifeVantage doctors meeting. And you won't believe it, I got asked this question. If I only would take one product, which one would it be? What? It's kind of a goofy question now, isn't it? Wouldn't I want to maximize my health benefits? It's a no-brainer. Take the three together to maximize your health benefits. Pretty cool, huh?
As Darren wrapped up, right, you heard him talk about it. He wrapped up, he mentioned the shift. And you can feel it now, can't you? We can all feel it. You see the potential of this product line, right? You see what it means to you, to your customers, to your organizations. The first 10 years of LifeVantage, they were truly incredible. But the reality is that they were only a mere stepping stone for what lies ahead of us right now. We have the ability, guys, we have the ability right now to change the conversation of health and wellness, to be the dent in this universe. And it's going to take every one of us. We have to perform better. We have to respond quicker. We have to elevate our performance literally in every way. And you guys are going to have to lead. But that's easy for you. You're all leaders. I know that because you're here. You made the commitment, you showed up, and you're here today. Now you have to go back, right? You have to go back, you have to lead, you have to inspire, you have to motivate your team, you have to set the example. but together we will make a difference. We're gonna, with the strength of this product line, we can help flip the switch, help those people feel better in every way, so that they can do more of what they deserve, more of what they are intended to do, more of what they're capable of. Together, we're going to change individual lives, and along the way, we're going to change the world. Are you with us? Are you with us? Let's go to work. Dr. Dixon.
Thanks, everybody.
Advantage family making their way to the stage right now. Please welcome your field development managers. So good. Welcome.
My Advantage family, how are you this morning? Let me hear you. All right. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of our new family members. This is your very first Life Advantage Elite Academy. Please stand up to be recognized. All right. Next, please join me to invite all of our Platinum Pack members and the Pro ones with 1,000 organizational volume to stand up to be recognized.
Hello, I got it. How's everybody doing?
Woo!
All right, I want to take this time to recognize all of our Pro 2s in the house. Pro 2s, woo! If you've achieved 2,500 in organizational volume, please stand up. Everybody give a round of applause.
Do we have any Pro 3s in the house today? Pro 3s. All existing Pro 3s, please stand. These are those distributors that accomplished 5,000 points in organizational volume. We would like to take a special opportunity. Life Advantage family, please help me recognize all new Pro 3s and qualified into the last Elite Academy to come up on this side of the stage and pray across so we can recognize you. Come on up.
Now baby get booty nigga golden like on side. On side. Come on.
Instead of make some noise for our new Pro 3s on stage right now. Come on.
hit on play.
This way. Fire it all.
Everybody give him another round of applause.
All right, now I want to take this time to recognize our pace setters out there. Our pace setter program is designed to help our new distributors with a fast start, so they can earn an additional $100 and $700. So all of our new pace setters, pace setter Pro 2s, pace setter Pro 3s, and pace setter Pros, please stand up. Everybody give them a round of applause.
All of my people all across the world. This song goes out to all the boys and girls. You want the love to come and turn your body out. You gotta take it to the
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, sir. To the side, get loose. More punch than the bowl of juice. And ain't nobody more giving us stuff so rough because his head runs like wood. Give it to me, bring it here. Don't stop, girl. Take it there, take it there. Let money mark get off your there. Yeah, we off the chain for the whole year. So if you look good with a big old butt, then get your own.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the stage right now from Grand Junction, Colorado, and Gilbert, Arizona. Please welcome Elite Pro 7, Dr. Rebecca Glasser, and Premier Pro 6, Dr. Melody Rodarte.
Welcome. We are so excited to share this information with you today. All right, let's get started. What is biohacking? It is taking control of your own biology and creating the best possible version of yourself. So what are some of the things that we do as biohackers? I mean, many of us are biohackers already. Exercise, nutrition, not smoking, decreasing toxins, and what we call activation. It's never about just one thing. Let's say, for example, that you choose to sit on the couch, eating Doritos and drinking beer, never exercising, smoking a cigarette, but you decide to activate your body with just one protandem nerve 2 a day. I mean, come on. It's only going to help you so much, right? Here's a great visual of not being a good biohacker. If you check out Fat Thor on the couch, he's only a partial biohacker. He may have incredible powers because his genetics made him a god, but he's not using his full potential. All right, let's go back to the mission statement of LifeVantage. The future of health now. LifeVantage specializes in a science called nutrigenomics, which means using nutrition to change the expression of your genes, researching, testing, and creating products to address the biochemical effects of aging with the ultimate goal of biohacking. The human body to live longer, to live much, much longer. So, in plain English, we agree with leading researchers that extending human life is inevitable. But we believe in order to enjoy that increased lifespan, we need to lengthen our health span. By using nutrigenomics, we can biohack to a healthier life, thus having longevity and increased lifespan. We are targeting the root causes of disease, of aging, Things like oxidative stress, free radical damage, mitochondrial deterioration, gut health, and more. Our ultimate goal of biohacking is to awaken the human body to live longer. So we not only extend our longevity, our lifespan, but we also extend our health span, or what we like to think of as quality of life. We are biohacking the aging process through the use of our activators and multiple products, creating synergy. This synergy leads to creating the best version of ourselves. So it's always important to go back to where it all began, the history of the company. We didn't start off as a biohacking company. We started off with one product, and that product was Protandim Nerve 2. And just look at this slide at the evolution alone of this product. I mean, look at that beginning bottle. It started a long time ago. This was amazing, and we helped so many with our flagship product. Protandim NRF2 works to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It causes an upregulation of our survival genes that increase antioxidant enzymes, anti-inflammatory enzymes, and anti-fibrotic enzymes. It supports natural cellular repair and rejuvenation. Protandim NRF2 was found in an NIA study to increase the median lifespan of male mice by 7%. Longevity and health span through synergy. You got that? We then expanded our Protandim family to include Protandim Nerve 1. Protandim Nerve 2 and Protandim Nerve 1 work synergistically together. They complemented each other, each addressing a different problem within the cell. Activating the Nerve 1 pathway increased the number and the strength of our mitochondria, just the powerhouse of our cell. This gives the energy that our cells need in order to run effectively. Again, longevity and health span through synergy. So, we then increased the synergy of the Protandim products by adding our probiotic and the Omega Plus, and we called it the Vitality Stack. Again, each product addresses a different problem within the body and worked synergistically to create the best result. We were seeing better results and faster results. So our probiotics support gut health and a healthy microbiome. So why is a healthy gut so important? Because we know that 80% of our immune cells live in our gut. So if we have a healthy gut, it helps maintain a healthy immune system. We also know there's a huge connection between the gut and the brain. We often refer to it as our second brain. Thus, a healthy gut supports a healthy brain. Longevity and health span through synergy. Our Omega Plus is rich in EPA and DHA omega-3s, thus supporting cognitive, heart, and skin health. Our Omega-7 is added to support our metabolism. The plus is the vitamin D, which supports a healthy immune system and our bones. Last year, we introduced our prebiotic food for your probiotics. Our prebiotic, again, supports a healthy gut microbiome. It helps you feel less hungry, and it supports a healthy digestive system. Longevity and health span through synergy. You catching on? So now we introduce the latest in the Protandim family, Protandim NAD Synergizer. NAD activates sirtuins. These proteins regulate cellular health by being the guardian of gene expression. Sirtuins support healthy DNA function. Protandim NAD can support healthy longevity, boost mental and physical energy, improve mental focus and concentration, support positive mood and motivation, support the body's healthy inflammatory response, maintain cholesterol levels already in the healthy range, and support healthy vascular system. And this tri-synergizer, you guys, we just found out, is going to be patented together. So, yes. So please join us in saying longevity and health span through synergy. All right, so do you see how each of these products addresses a different system within the body? They do have some overlap, and as we just learned, they help the others become better. All right, so that's what's so important. But let's talk about this from a business standpoint, okay? Because there might be a few of you in the audience today where science might not be your favorite subject. Okay, so in your LifeVantage business, we often talk about the 6 components of a successful business, and there they are up above, right? So company, trends, products, system, timing, compensation, right? Do these sound familiar to you? All right, so let's talk about a couple of them. So attending events. Now, you guys know how important that this is. That's why you're here today. It's a non-negotiable in being successful in this business. You have to attend events in order to get to the top of the company. What's another key component of your business? Following the system. 15 presentations a month. If you're not presenting, you're not sharing. Again, it's a non-negotiable to being successful in this business. If you're only doing 1 or 2 of these components, you may have success, but will you become an elite distributor? Can you become a Pro 10 and sit in these white couches up front? Are you using the synergy of the components? True longevity and health span occurs when you embrace all that goes with becoming your best self possible. Longevity and health span through synergy. All right. So we are introducing at this meeting the ultimate stack to longevity and health span, okay? Protandem Nerf 2, Protandem Nerf 1, Protandem NAD Synergizer, Probiotic, Omega Plus, and Prebiotic. To become the ultimate biohacker, you have to do it all. You can't just sit on the couch and eat Doritos and drink beer and take your 1 Protandem Nerf 2 a day. You need to address all of the body systems. Activate every pathway possible. Be all that you can be. When Protandem NRF2 came out, I think of us as becoming Iron Man. We had amazing powers. We stood up for those who could not save themselves. We faced terrible evils. We were awesome. But sometimes in life, we face bigger evil. We face oxidative stress and free radical damage and mitochondrial dysfunction and gut dysfunction and nutritional deficiencies and the loss of quality and quantity of life. We face enemies like in the Avengers. We face the ultimate enemy. We face Thanos. In times like these, we need to be ultimate biohackers. We need to use every tool available to us. We need to activate all pathways we can. We need to be the whole team of the Avengers. So tell me, who do you want to become? Do you
want to be Iron Man and just take your one Protandem Nerf 2 alone a day? Or do you want to be the entire team of Avengers? Each has his own superpower, and as a team of biohackers, they can fight all evil. We are biohackers already. Now let's go become ultimate biohackers. All right, thank you, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on their way to the stage from Colton, South Dakota, and Covington, Louisiana, we have Elite Pro 8s. Please welcome Cassie Steele and Sarah Cox.
How we doing, guys? LifeVantage knows how to party, right? I'm Sarah Cox.
And I'm Cassie Teal, and today we're going to teach you how to bundle up, Buttercup. So let's rock and roll, Sarah.
That's right. We're going to teach you how to use the product and business bundles to create personal momentum in your LifeVantage business. So this was me pre-LifeVantage. I was 25 years old. I had just graduated with a degree in finance, couldn't wait to climb the corporate ladder, and it took about 2 weeks of sitting behind a desk for me to go, this isn't going to work for me. For the next 40 years, this is not what I had in mind. I desperately wanted the freedom of my college days, and I was seriously trying to figure out what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And then LifeVantage and I found each other. And my personal momentum aligned with the company momentum, and this is me today with my hub daddy, Tim Cox, who many of you know and love, and our sweet baby girls, Soleil and Lyra. And I'll tell you, when I saw this information, not only was it textbook, what I learned in school of what you look for when it comes to business and opportunity, but every cell in my body lit up and confirmed that this was it. This is what I was supposed to do. And it was network marketing. I didn't see that one coming. And I'll tell you, my level of fear was right up there with my level of enthusiasm, but I knew this was my chance to create freedom, the lifestyle that I wanted. And now, Tim and I get to be full-time parents and part-time network marketers. We get to be fully present with our babies. We could be home if we want to be home. We can travel the world with LifeVantage. We get to live life on our terms. And I am so forever grateful for my team, for our leadership, and for the corporate staff. And I'm so grateful for where LifeVantage is today and where it's about to go. Cassie, what's your story?
Wow, I love her story. Guys, I'm so excited to be here today for so many reasons, but I can tell you right now, the thing that excites me most in this moment is that you are here because you made a decision that you want something different in life. Who wants something different? Yes! Woo! That's where I was at 9 years ago, you guys. Just like Sarah, my background was corporate America, but my story was a little different. I was a tired, wore out, cranky mom. I was a tired, wore out, cranky wife. I was exhausted. I was stressed to the max, and I never saw my kids. Does that sound like something that you know of anybody that's going through that right now? Anybody relate to that? That's where I was at. I wanted something different, but I didn't know how to get it or where to find it. And then LifeVantage came into my life, and I can tell you right now, I took one look, you guys, and I knew I was all in, because I knew if that story was even half real, it was going to change the world. And when I was looking for something different, I can tell you right now, I wasn't looking for a bigger house. I wasn't looking for a nicer car. I wasn't looking for fancy vacations. I was looking for the opportunity to be a present mom.
That's what I wanted. I wanted my time to be a present mother. And when I saw LifeVantage, seeing what it was, I remember sitting there thinking to myself, okay, somebody somewhere is going to do this. Why can't that somebody be me? So I jumped in. And the last 9 years have been nothing short of incredible. This is my awesome family. Let me introduce you to them really quick. That's my husband, Shane, and our 3 amazing kids. And you can see over the course of the past 9 years, they have grown up. It's so cool to see that big guy getting ready to graduate college. He was in junior high in that first picture, and he's going to graduate college, you guys, in a couple of months. Yes! Woo! That little blonde girl was a shy little girl. Now she's in high school, crushing the net and breaking ankles on the court. Yes! And Tegan, our baby, was 1, and tomorrow, you guys, get this. He's playing for 3rd place in the flag football championship. So clearly, a lot has changed in 9 years, and I love that second picture because, Sarah, you don't even know what this is, but, you know, I giggled at our topics bundle up because it was 30 below zero when I drug my family out of the house for that picture, and clearly we were not bundled up at all.
And you look that beautiful. You're not like icicled over. I am certainly allergic to 30 below, and I would be looking like this. When you hear the term bundle up, you're probably thinking this, but what you need to be thinking is this. Woo-hoo! Would you look at that incredible stack of products? I was mind blown yesterday, and now after hearing that information earlier, like, what? This is what we get to build our LifeVantage business with today. This is the Pro Tandem story of today. I feel like I have been reintroduced to LifeVantage and Pro Tandem because this is what we got started with 8.5 years ago. That was our bottle of Pro Tandem, and I didn't think it could get any better than that, and it just exponentialized. Is that a word?
That was my real phone.
Try Synergize. I don't know.
That was my real phone.
And that's her. She did that with the flip phone. She created freedom with the flip phone, you guys, and this is what we have today. The ultimate stack of products. Who's going to have the ultimate stack on their subscription this month? Right? Tim and I take these products every single day. This right here, I don't remember what I wanted to say about it.
It's awesome. That's what I know.
Oh, this is like my personal electric bill. That's what I wanted to say. Because unlike Cassie, I'm not in South Dakota. I'm in South Louisiana, where we don't want to be without AC, right? I hate paying electric bill, but I'm not going to be without it. I'm not going to be without my health either. So the ultimate stack for us it is, and people are already spending money on omegas and probiotics. A lot of people are already doing that, so let's shift to spending so they can take the most next level, high quality, effective products on the market that are doing what nothing else out there can do. And if you really want to help people biohack their bodies and invest not only in their health, but invest in themselves, we can share with them the business bundles, where they can biohack all the different systems of the body. They can try all of our products at a major initial discount. And if they see what we see when we look at the information, when they look at the information, we can have a ton of fun, make a lot of money together, and bring a global health revolution. They can join the biohacking movement with us.
Absolutely. So, question for you, who's ready to put their business into momentum with these sexy bundles? Woo!
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Guys, here's why we do it. It's our job. Okay? How many times have you heard the leaders in this company say it's our job to make friends and solve their problems? Right? We hear that all the time because do people have stuff going on in their lives? They do. So, we are learning so many amazing things about our products and our stacks and how the synergistic effects are so amazing. But what if I told you the way to put your business into momentum was to listen? Because how many times do we go into a meeting with all these amazing things to say, and we can't wait to share everything on our heart. Does that happen? Or we go in with an agenda because what we have to say is so interesting, we know they're going to love it. Does that happen, guys? Have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
Like 1,000 times? Or 2,000 times?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I had to learn. I had to learn there is magic in being interested versus being interesting. Because when you are interested, something amazing happens. You are listening, you are identifying the problem, and you are listening for cues. How many times do we hear things like, I'm so tired, I'm so stressed out, I've got no energy. Our prospects are telling us what they need. So instead of telling them what we have, we must listen to what we need and then relate. Because when we can really understand what's going on with them, we can relate with them, we can use our 60-second story to share what we've got. You guys, that's where your business is going to explode, because we're going to help people by giving them what they need. So when you hear someone in conversation, through asking questions, you're identifying the fact that they're tired, they're stressed out, they don't have any energy. You can say something like, man, you know what? I'm hearing your story right now, and I completely get it, because I know what it's like to be the tired, stressed out, cranky mom. I get it. And, I've actually been taking these amazing products that are designed to help me feel better. And believe it or not, man, I feel better today than I did 10 years ago. Now, this may or may not be for you, but I just felt obligated to share this with you today, because that's what you want, isn't it? You want to feel better, don't you? And when they say yes, you say, let me help you, right? Let me help you. So you will listen for things and cues. Like Sarah said, we've got business bundles. If they're saying things like, I don't have enough time, or I need more money, right? Business, right there. If they're talking about their health, their wellness, their vitality, you guys, we've got products designed to help with all of those things. So here's what's in it for them, okay? We bless them with products. People get increased vitality because obviously our products are high quality. We've got a synergistic effect. It's a layered approach to wellness. Very simple, right? It ships straight to their house. I don't know about you, Sarah, but do you like to save money?
Oh, yeah.
Cost savings, hello, right? I call it the It's Only sale in my house, right? As far as that was supposed to be funny, like no one laughed. No one laughed at my joke. Shoot. Okay, here's what happens with the business. Happy customers subscribe, which drives volume, which drives rank, which unlocks the comp plan. Who wants that?
Yeah, you do.
6 people want to unlock the comp plan. Who wants that? Yes! All right. In your business, this is going to give you confidence because you're building on a solid foundation and you're building with duplication. Who wants that? And with vitality, obviously being a product of the product is huge. And Sarah, show us what can happen when we teach our teams how to be a product of the product. What can happen? How can you put your business into momentum by simply being a product of the product?
Yes, by using the product, you can create momentum and creating that duplication. And let's talk about if you go out and you have conversations with people and everyone on your team is doing the same. If you're having $40 conversations with people and 10 sign up, you have 400 in volume, which is great. You are still helping people with their health in some pretty major ways, and you're still growing your business. But people really want to know what the Tri-Synergizer stack can do for them. They have no idea. They have literally never heard of such science before. When you have those same conversations, if 10 of them sign up, now you have 1,000 in volume in your business. Imagine that duplicating throughout your organization. Imagine the ripple of the health effects of what people can go on and do when they're feeling and performing at their best. And if you're talking about the ultimate stacks, that's 2,000. If you want to have business conversations with people, 10 platinum packs is 10,000 in volume. Can you see how fast your business can really start to grow? Because it's not just about you, it's about the leverage that you create. It's about other people and what you're helping them do with their life. So focus on the vision, not the money. The money's going to find you. Focus on the vision. What kind of impact do you want to have on this world? What kind of life do you want to live? What do you see? The opportunity is right here. It's right now. LifeVantage has never been in such an incredible place. I've been with this company for 8.5 years. We rode this company to 200 million, and I don't think we have a clue how big this is really going to be. I don't think we can even comprehend how big this is. It's yours. It's here. It's now, and we've got you. We've got your back. You follow the system, you work with the team, and you build with the bundles of today and create the life you want. The money's coming, baby.
All right, guys, who's ready to do this? Who's ready? Woo! Yes, all right. So, it starts today. It starts with a decision today. You want momentum, it starts with a decision today. Get behind LifeVantage, get behind our products, and get behind you, because here's the deal. Somebody somewhere is going to do this. Why not you? And why not now? Let's do it, guys.
We'll see you at the top.
Let's go, LifeVantage.
Right now, on their way to the stage, please welcome the sales directors, Colton Smith, Stephen Urban, and Skylar Fobbs.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, I'm in hot.
So much swag.
Hey, what's up, LifeVantage? Are you guys excited about this new product? Okay, who's excited for ProTandem NAD Synergizer? That's what I wanted to hear. All right, so we are so excited right now that we're actually going to kick it into our recognition piece. So if you qualified for influencer in the month of August and September, please stand at this time.
Where you at, influencers?
Influencers. Oh, yeah. Influencers.
There you go, everybody. Absolutely awesome. We're now going to go ahead and jump right into recognizing our premier distributors. These are distributors that get to the ranks. Oh, I guess the premier ranks. I just said premier. Why don't I say premier a little bit more? Pro 4 is here at LifeVantage. So Pro 4 at LifeVantage is a distributor that brings in 10,000 in organizational volume every single month. Can we first and foremost recognize all of our distributors? If you've been recognized at a previous Elite Academy as a Pro 4, can we please have you stand up? And everyone give these individuals a huge round of applause. Absolutely awesome. Now I know we got a bunch of brand new Premier Pro 4s since our Elite Academy in Kansas City. So, if you have rank advanced to the rank of Premier Pro 4 since our Elite Academy at Kansas City, please make your way to this side of the stage. Come on up on the ramp. And LifeVantage, let's hear it for all of our brand new Premier Pro 4s. And here they come. Come on up, don't be shy. There they are. Look at all these Premier Pro 4s.
We got brand new Premier Pro 4s on stage right now. Make some noise. Come on. Yeah.
Pro Board, keep on coming. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of brand new Premier Pro Boards. My advantage, let's hear it one more time for all of our brand new Premier Pro 4 distributors. Congratulations, job well done. Next, we want to recognize those who took it just another step further. All those who've been previously recognized at a previous event for hitting the premier rank of Pro 5, doing $20,000 a month in organizational volume. Can you please stand and be recognized? Look at all those Pro 5s. And just like those Pro 4s, we have had a ton of new Pro 5s since Kansas City. So if you've not been recognized since Kansas City, please join us on stage to your right.
To what we got, it doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other.
I see them coming. Here they come.
We'll give it a shot.
Come on in. There we are.
LifeVantage, make some noise for our new Premier Pro 5s crossing the stage. Come on, let's go. Get your cameras out. We are taking a group photo right now of our brand new Premier Pro 5s.
Let's give one more round of applause for all our brand new Premier Pro 5s. All right.
Thank you to our new Premier Pro 5s on stage. One more round of applause.
One of the best parts of hitting Premier Pro 5 is we bring you out to Salt Lake City. You get to hang out with us at probably one of our favorite events where you get to hear from the top leadership. You get to hang out, have some fun in the beautiful mountains of Park City. Let's actually look at our last Pro 5 Summit and how that went for us.
We're here, Park City, Utah, for this year's Pro 5 Summit. Pro 5 Summit is one of my favorite events of the year. It's because we take that critical rank of Pro 5 and bring them in from anywhere in the world that they might be coming together to learn more and be taught by some of the icons in our business.
If a person understands your efforts and your intentions for this, they will feel it. I've watched this business changing my life, and I want to give this to everybody else.
So today was our training, and that's probably the most powerful part of this event. But tonight we actually get an opportunity to go up and spend some time together at the lodge, which is at Mid-Mountain, which I believe might have some snow in it.
It's been such an intimate event to be able to really learn about other people's journeys and where they've been, their personal testimonials.
We're enjoying this beautiful scenery, kind of dirty because we've just been riding on these ATVs. Check those out. So it's been so awesome. I wish you guys can qualify, be here next time and join this with us.
Get to Pro 5. I promise you, it's my favorite event, and everyone that's gone here agrees it's the best event in Life Vantage. And it's unique, and it's where you become the leader. It's when you get the baton, and you're going to soar after you do.
Let me hear it. Who's attended a Pro 5 Summit? We're sitting right in the middle of the next qualification period. You have 3 more months to make sure that you're qualified to join us in March. March 12th through the 15th, you'll join us in the beautiful Midway, Utah. There's going to be some snow up there. So I know some of you already live in the snow, but we're going to make it fun, some skiing. But the most important part is building back into you and your business. So make sure that you're running hard and fast as we leave this event and qualifying for the next Pro 5 Summit. I think that's it.
That's it. Life Vantage, one more huge round of applause for all of our new Pro 4s, Pro 5s, and our influencer. Job well done.
Making their way to the stage right now from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Please welcome Elite Pro 7s, Samantha and Ray Allen.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ocean burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. No more, no fear.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Life Vantage. Man, it is so surreal to be up here from this perspective, guys. We are so grateful, honored, and humbled to be with you here today. We're Ray and Samantha Allen from Virginia Beach. I'm Ray, she's Sam. That's confusing sometimes. And before we get into our talk, there's a few things we want to do here today, guys. First and foremost, we want to thank our Heavenly Father. We know that His divine hand has led us every step of the way from the moment we were born to where we are today. And we believe that His hand has been in this company and part of His divine plan from day one, and that's why we are all here together today. Number 2, we want to thank these pioneers, these leaders, these masters, and this corporate staff up here in the front, okay? This culture you're experiencing here today, it exists because for the last 10 years, They have continued to do the next right thing day after day, year after year, even when the right thing was a hard thing to do. And for that, we're so grateful, because whether you've been here for 10 years, 10 months, or 10 minutes, the culture you're experiencing here today is exactly what they have created over the past decade. So thank all of you. So we've spent our whole adult lives in the Navy and the Marine Corps, and we value integrity. We really value doing the next right thing every day, especially when it's a tough thing to do, and that's what you guys all did. So thank you very much. This is a culture that you don't find anywhere else, and it's second to none.
Absolutely. We love you. How could you love LifeVantage anymore, right? This company is such a blessing. So many people, and it's going to continue to bless lives, and it's going to do so with your help. And so today we've been asked to talk about the importance of distributors and the power of customers. And you guys, we're not going to get into very specific nitty-gritty strategies with you. You're going to learn that this weekend from leaders far better than us up on the stage. But what we're going to share with you is just our perspective, just a little bit of our story, and maybe that will help you have a little bit of a perspective shift that could change everything like it did for us. So, you know, our story is not one of the super speedy right to the top. You know, we've got people in this company who have that story. We have people in our own team who have that story. But our story, guys, I hope will inspire you if you're somebody who's sitting there and you've been in this company for a year or 2 or 3 or maybe 6.5 like us, and it took you a while to figure some things out, right? So our story, it took us a whole year just to get to Pro 1, a whole nother year to finally get to Pro 3, and a whole nother year to get to Pro 4 and just barely maintain that. So the first 4 years of our business, guys, was very rocky. It was up, it was down, it was very stagnant. Can anybody relate to that? Yes, okay, good. We're not the only ones. But look at this. We're here. The point is that we're here because it doesn't matter how long it takes you. It matters that you do the right next thing again and again, and you keep showing up until you have that breakthrough moment. And we're going to share with you some of the perspectives that we had, a little bit of a shift along the way that helped us to realize some of those things. But first, let's just get into how we even came to be here in LifeVantage.
Yeah, guys, so our story, I alluded to, but we're a military family, you know. We met in the, awesome. So we first met back in at the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, which is where we graduated from in 2009. And after we graduated, Samantha became an officer in the Marine Corps, where she would serve for 5 years on active duty. So, and then, yeah, she's awesome. And then I became a Navy helicopter pilot, so that meant that I would serve a minimum of 10 years, and I still am on active duty right now for a few more months. So what that meant for us, though, because we got married very shortly after graduation, and then shortly after that, we had our oldest daughter, Evelyn, who's now 7. But what that meant for us was the first 4 years of our marriage and the first 2 years of my daughter's life, my oldest daughter, you know, we spent hours apart. You know, the Navy and the Marine Corps, we love them to death, but they couldn't get us co-located. So we spent the first 4 years living 4 to 5 hours apart. That was the closest we ever got. So what that looked like for us, you know, it looked like me leaving Norfolk, Virginia, driving 5 hours south to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, or 5 hours north to Quantico in Virginia, where Sam was stationed every Friday, and then coming back on Sunday after Mass at the church that night. And that was once or twice a month on a good month if I was home or not to port or on a training trip. So, you know, we were so honored to have served, but we knew that that wasn't the plan for us. You know, we didn't believe that that was the plan, that's not the way God designed families to operate, right? Separate households. So we knew we were going to find something else out. And, you know, we didn't know what it was going to be, right? You know, we used to joke, we'd come up with some crazy invention or something. Literally, we had no idea what we were going to do, but we were praying for an answer. And that's when it came to us in the form of an opportunity from our good friend and fellow Marine Corps officer. And thank God it did, because, you know, I can't sing or dance or rap. I'm not smart enough to write a book. I'm not very interesting. So we didn't have any other means of creating leverage or leveraged income to get our time back. But when this came to us, we knew that it was the answer. We knew it was the vehicle, because we fell in love with this beautiful industry of network marketing. We saw it as the best vehicle for average people like us to get our time back. And that's exactly what's happened over the last 5 years, 6 years now, thanks to our incredible support team from corporate, all of our leaders up here, and all of our team. So, you know, when I'm a civilian again in 5 months, we'll be able to, you know, be full-time stay-at-home parents of our 4 girls now. And, you know, or as Sean Poe would say, free-range humans. So just all owed to this beautiful industry and this beautiful company. We couldn't be for, right?
Absolutely. I can't tell you guys what that feels like to know that in 3-4 months from now, I have my husband home in my house every single day. We have 4 young daughters whom we homeschool, and we get to call the shots. You know, we get to go serve God's plan for our life, not be determined by what some other man's plan is for us, or have to be, you know, answering to anybody. And that is a gift that we want to give to all of you too. And it can happen, and it will happen for each and every one of you if you stick around. And so we're going to share just these 3 real key perspective shifts that we had, and maybe it will help put something with you guys like it did for us. So the first 4 years of our business, like I said, very rocky, very stagnant, very up and down. And what we were doing is, you know, we had this constant debate in network marketing if we should lead with the product or the opportunity, product or opportunity. And it's, guys, it's not about one or the other. It's about all of it. But what we kind of realized was that in the beginning, we were so laser focused on just looking for distributors, just looking for people who had the same vision that we had, which was to replace the full-time income, have 2 parents staying at home. What we didn't realize is that in that path and in that laser focus on that one type of person, we were negating the hundreds of people in our wake who could have been being blessed by these products. And we almost adopted unintentionally this attitude of customer enrollments were a little bit second rate. And so that became something that we weren't recognizing that that's how we were feeling. But once we saw this shift about 4 years into it, and we realized, you know, we have the most amazing products on the planet. We have a responsibility to put these products into people's hands. And it's okay that not everybody wants to get started in the business right now. So for one thing that we realized was that really only a very small percentage of the population, maybe 2%, are actually entrepreneurs, entrepreneurial minded, which meant that about the 98% of the population is not interested in an opportunity right now. So even if you smack them over the head with the incredible opportunity, they might not even recognize it. Again, that's okay, because you know what? About 100% of the population wants better health. And they really like to do this concept of doing it naturally, right? And so when we just made that little shift and we started expressing a message that was inclusive to everybody and attractive to better health, better longevity through natural means, we couldn't stop the enrollments from coming in. People were so excited to get started on these products, and we were able to teach that to our teams. So the next thing that we realized is that, you know, whether you're a brand new distributor or whether you're a leader trying to teach brand new distributors, is that the skill of recruiting another distributor is just that. It's a skill, and it doesn't necessarily come naturally to most people. It's something that needs to be gained through time and experience. The good news is that you can develop that skill. But why not, in the attempt to find distributors, to find those unicorns that want to do that with us, why not teach people how to do some sales, get this product into people's hands? What we found is that when we did that and we could help new distributors to make a few sales, they could continue to do that month after month. And then they could also gain that confidence because their business was growing. It was being infused with volume, product volume. They learned, they came to these events, and then they felt the confidence to be able to share this message to find other distributors. So that was the second thing, is that, you know, just having that shift and realizing that not everybody has that natural influence or has never been in business before like us, or maybe they weren't network marketing professionals before. And so just recognizing that some people are not primed or ready to do just recruiting of distributors right away, and that's okay. We learn as we go. Now, the third thing that we realized, and some amazing leaders and mentors helped us to kind of see this and take on this attitude, is let people get in where they fit in. You know, sometimes, you know, Carrie Dickey says this all the time. In life and in network marketing, we want to make a friend and find their pain. Well, so many times, because Ray and I were so excited about this opportunity, we assumed that their pain was the same as ours, that they just wanted to get their husband home, that they wanted to quit their jobs, that they wanted to go do other things. But that's not necessarily everybody's pain right now. What people were telling us sometimes was, I have a physical pain or an ailment and I want to know about these products. And we were just trying to make them see the whole picture all at once, and it would be overwhelming to them. But once we started listening to people and saying, look, you want to see the product? Great, we'll educate you. You want to get started on get started with these amazing products? That's fantastic. We're excited for your health journey that you're about to be on. Or you want to get started with a start kit and some of the most awesome products in the world? Great, because you want to share this with your friends and your family, but you're not sure you want to take this business to the top? That's awesome. or you want to do what we did and or tried to do was get in and go fast to the top. You want to do that? We can show you and we can teach you how to do that, and we can advise you on the best strategy to get started. But basically, just looking at people as individuals and finding their pain and allowing them to get in where they fit in. These three shifts, just little shifts in our perspective, changed everything. We started congratulating every single customer enrollment as if it was a distributor enrollment, because each person is so valuable. We have leaders on our team today that wouldn't even be in this company as distributors if we had not allowed them to be customers first. Many of them wanted just the product, they wanted to learn it, and then as they got educated and as they started seeing the results in their life, they felt compelled. They literally felt a moral obligation to share this with the world. And don't we? We have that moral obligation. So we should share it. So guys, this shift has just allowed us and our whole team to gain that confidence, build, that volume through customers, through distributors, through all of it, but meeting people where they're at.
You're awesome. So guys, that's our story of our slow journey to where we are today, right? But your story doesn't start when you become an elite distributor. So you're sitting in your seat here today. What is your story? It matters. There's nothing more powerful than you sharing your authentic story. So for us, obviously, it wasn't a quick path to the top, right? But your story matters. It begins with words are hard. It begins with the day you were born. And it continues when you join LifeVantage. So, I just hope, and my prayer today is that our experience, our story, our shifts in perspective over the last 6.5, 7 years will help shed some light on you and your story and your business, so you can go out there and bless more lives. Because that's what we're doing here, guys.
Can't wait to hear your story. We love you guys.
Love you all. God bless.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. Into the ozone burning. Funny how the world keeps turning.
LifeVantage, she is making the way to the stage, your Senior Vice President of Human Resources. Please welcome Michelle O'Born.
Don't wake me up when it's all over.
Good morning. At LifeVantage, our legacy isn't the past, it's the future we create. We help the leaders of tomorrow by touching 1 million lives across the world today. From simply helping a child in need to uplifting entire communities, our mission is simple: to give future generations the support and resources they need to live happier and healthier lives, one child at a time. It's the change you can see in a child when they realize their future just changed. Have you seen that? Or maybe they don't realize that part, but what they know is that something changed and their life is going in a different direction. It can also be the change we see in you, our volunteers, as we work side by side, those who speak a different language, and it doesn't matter because we connect heart to heart. It's the true benefit of LifeVantage Legacy. And one of the best parts about LifeVantage is our commitment to leaving places better than we find them, even on our incentive trips. That's right, you heard it. When you earn your way to be pampered in some exotic location, we still take the time to leave each place a little better than we found it. From school supplies, food, and personalized bags in the Bahamas, to local school improvements in Puerto Vallarta and Cancun, you get together and make a difference. In Ireland, we created wigs for children fighting cancer. Yes, you heard that right. Wigs from yarn. On a beautiful Irish morning, we gathered together to work on 2 projects. One was to decorate and assemble bags for the family of those children, and the other to create these beautiful wigs. Why wigs? Undergoing chemotherapy treatments leaves young skin and scalps too sensitive to tolerate a traditional wig. During this time, children often feel isolated, scared, and lonely, noticing everything that's different about them than everyone else. And yet, yarn is comfortable, it's soft, and it's warm. A wig inspired by a favorite Disney character can provide a moment of laughter and light to a child who's had their child robbed from them while they're fighting a terrible disease. This was an ambitious project, unlike anything we've ever done, but you did not disappoint.
Let's take a look. Excited to be part of the 90-yard project for our projects today. We have two activities that we're doing, all for the benefit of children and their families who are down.
These bags are going to be filled with wonderful things, but we're just putting on a little message to the recipients, just to wish them well and tell them they're a fighter, that they're strong, they're brave, awesome, confident. Really, really cool.
We are creating Jack Sparrow wigs for children that are suffering from cancer. And it's so cool because these wigs are a lot more comfortable to wear. And it's a great way for them to escape their imagination. We got Elsa, we got Brave, of course we got Pirates of the Caribbean. So just another way that Life Vantage gives back.
You never know when stuff comes up, and this is a great way to give back and have enough hands to be able to do a bunch of work in a couple hours and to change the world. So we're leaving a legacy, one little piece of yarn at a time.
I love this company because we get to take a few moments, even on a 5-star vacation, to say, hey, don't forget about where you came from. Don't forget there are people all over the world who have something that they're pushing against right now, and we're going to do something for them. Even though it's part of a vacation, part of an incentive trip, they take part of that to really serve others. And really, in the end, that's what I remember. And I think that's what the people here really remember most, is the lives that we affect. And that's part of what the culture is and the legacy of Life Vantage. It's when we go someplace, we always leave that place better than the way we found it. And you see that happening here.
What do you think? You know, you amaze me with your willingness and desire to give back everywhere we go. Now, Life Vantage Legacy is a 501c3 corporation. That means your U.S. donations are tax exempt. And that's where it all starts. It starts with donations. At this event, you have a unique opportunity by donating $35. Your $35 donation at the Legacy booth in the store gives you the opportunity to go over to the hang bar right next to the booth, and you can take the hang bar challenge. Because of your donation, if you can hang on that bar for 2 minutes, you can win an RSL jersey with a value of $124. That's right, you're donating to Legacy. $35 means you can get that prize for winning. You can win that prize for hanging for 2 minutes. Will I see you there? Now, I have to tell you, Skip Campbell was the first one up at this event, and did you do it, Skip? He did. It was amazing. So you can do it too. Make your donation, step over to the bar. Another fun addition to our Legacy program is for those of you who make purchases off Amazon. This is something we need everyone to do. We're registered with Amazon Smile. So instead of doing your shopping at Amazon.com, go to smile.amazon.com, make your purchases there, and then 0.5% of everything you purchase automatically comes to Life Vantage Legacy. You don't have to do anything else. So you got it? Smile.amazon.com, and you can participate with us without doing anything else. Many of you want to do more than Amazon Smile. I love that. You know, you can donate in more ways than just at these events or through Amazon Smile. You can donate through your HyperWallet account. When you log into your HyperWallet account, there are 3 options at the top. The one on the right says donations. If you go through the steps there, you can add an auto ship of a Life Vantage Legacy donation. You can also make a one-time donation. So every dollar counts. Go to your HyperWallet account. The far right, the donation icon, follow the steps. We also love to meet you face to face. So at this event, you can come and see us in the store at the Legacy booth. It's on the left side when you come in, right next to the hang bar. It's hard to miss us. Stop by, say hello, make your donation. You can also add a donation to your checkout at the store when you're picking up everything else. If you go to the store, go through the register, you can add a donation there. A donation of $25 will feed a child in Mexico for a week. You heard it right, an entire week. So just in case you missed that, $25 of a donation will feed a child for an entire week in our Mexico project. You might have also heard about this new product we came out with today. You might have heard a little something about it. So part of the promotional pricing at this event, if you purchase the Protandim NAD Synergizer in the 3-pack, $3 will automatically be donated to Legacy on your behalf. Did you hear that? When you purchase 3 bottles of Protandim NAD Synergizer, $3 automatically comes to Legacy. So by purchasing product here at this event, you're also supporting our program. So your purchase is helping us fund our building trip to Mexico later this year. We've had an overwhelming interest in this service trip. I've heard from many of you. This experience is unlike any other. You, me, we all get together. We build homes for those in need in Puerto Peñasco, Mexico. Puerto Peñasco is about 4 hours outside of Phoenix. This is a 4-day trip, 3 days of building and 1 day of giving. This is the ultimate heart-to-heart connection we can provide you. It's our own LifeVantage family working side by side with those we are serving. It is a connection unlike any you will ever feel. In order for us to take as many people as possible, every dollar of a donation counts. We know you love this project because I hear from you. And this trip is coming up. It's December 28th through 31st. Many of you want to come. While we already ran the lottery for our volunteers, with the addition of the Protandim NAD Synergizer and those donations from this event, we do have an opportunity to possibly add another home to our project, which would mean more volunteers, right? So your donations at this event count. Each home is $35,000. And I know many of you want to come. I've heard from you. I've heard your disappointment if you weren't selected through the lottery. But we want to take as many people as possible. And that means you can help us take as many volunteers as possible by purchasing product, the NAD Synergizer at this event, and also by stopping by to make your donations. As a thank you for your donations in the store and at the Legacy booth, you will receive a rose gold pin for each $10 donation. For each $50 donation, a silver pin, and each $100 donation, a gold pin like the one I'm wearing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your generosity. I hope to see you at the Legacy booth.
Wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was spending myself away from now.
We knew for a while that we were really working towards bringing him home. We didn't understand what that actually meant when he did come home.
Now being able to do this full time has just been a complete game changer for us. You know, and it was just building that business, building our team, and just seeing the lives that were being changed by this. It's just been a huge blessing for us and our family.
He picked this up immediately, started sharing as well with his network of people, because we do have 2 completely different networks.
With this life venture, we were able to purchase our dream cabin, if you will. Not so much the dream cabin, but the dream piece of property. And the first thing that you have to do when you purchase a cabin here is make sure the septic system is up to compliance. Ours was not. So our life venture went for our septic system.
I guess, like Brody says, you can read between the lines on what it was spent on, but, you know, more so, it's going to be just an incredible experience.
It's just a huge blessing for our family, really. I mean, this is where I grew up on this island. So literally all my life, every summer has been spent on this island. Now being able to share that with our family and my kids being able to grow up in this place that's so special, it's just been an amazing blessing. And now being able to spend as much time as I can with them here, like I got from my mom growing up. She was a school teacher. So we spent our summers together on this island. Now being able to actually experience that with my children is amazing. Our team's been huge. I mean, really, without them, we would not have been able to do this. but just the support and the camaraderie and the family atmosphere really that they bring to this.
We would not be here today without them. We've met so many strangers that have turned into friends, and now those friends feel like family to us. There's times that it's hard to even express our gratitude. What's going to be probably a more incredible feeling is when we see our team start achieving it.
It's totally achievable. The biggest piece is just setting your goals and then working towards those, not getting discouraged. It's a roller coaster and a marathon, and there's good days and there's bad days. And it's just working with someone to make sure on those bad days that you're not getting too discouraged to give up on this, and on the good days riding that high and enjoying it to its fullest.
But if you can let that fear go and drive yourself with faith, if you're consistent and dedicated, absolutely, I truly believe anybody can do this.
All right, our next speakers making their way to our Elite Academy stage here in Long Beach. Please welcome Elite Pro 9s, Carrie Williams and Maria Williams.
Hello, Life Vantage. We are so excited and honored to be with you today. Hasn't this morning been amazing? Woo! So let me tell you the story of two girls on a mission. It all started when Carrie Dickey called me on Father's Day 9 years ago. And she left me a voicemail that said, Carrie, I know it's Father's Day, and I know your baby Luke is 3 days old. So I'll give you 24 hours to call me back because I've got something that will blow your ever-loving mind. Carrie, I can't thank you enough. That call for mentorship, for friendship, has forever changed my family's life. That call created a ripple effect that goes beyond anything I could have imagined. And we are just getting started. So I watched that ABC primetime report at 3 in the morning after feeding my little baby, and I stayed up researching it. I was blown away. I saw the vision of what we had our hands on. I saw a way to create a radically different life. I was at a transition point. I've been a retail manager for 13 years, a store manager at Bath & Body Works. My husband was an attorney. We were each working 60 or 70 hours a week. I felt like we were ships passing in the night. We never saw our oldest, and now we had this new little baby, and it was never going to change. I wanted more out of life, and I saw Life Vantage as the answer. Is there anyone out there yearning for more in your life? Woo! Yep. So I called my neighbor Maria Williams, even though my husband said, don't talk to Maria and Noel, they're our friends. I don't want to be that neighbor that everybody runs from. But I knew Maria was into health and wellness. I didn't know where it would go. If you don't ask, it's a for sure no. Right, Maria? Right, Carrie? So Carrie calls me and invites herself over to my house. Thank you, Rich Scott. The hair matches, right? So she invites herself over to my house so I can see the new baby and our boys could go swimming. I'm trapped in my own home, and I don't even know that I'm trapped yet. It took me 9 years to figure out, hey, you trapped me in my house. So we sit and we watch this ABC investigative report, and I could hear a voice in my head. You got this, girl. It was saying, here it is. This is what you're looking for. Because what Carrie didn't know was that I was praying and looking for a way to earn extra income. Because I had moved from Massachusetts to Arizona a year before because of the bad economy in 2008. I walked away from a 6-figure income in human resources to be a stay-at-home mom for my 9 and 11-year-old at that time. I'm in a new state, across the country, from everything that I'm familiar with. But little did I know that would be the best thing that would happen to our family. I knew that I couldn't go back to working 50 to 60 hours and never seeing my boys grow up.
You never know what people are praying for, so don't be afraid to share what we have and see where it will go. Thank you, Carrie, from the bottom of my heart for coming over. I will be forever grateful that you didn't listen to your husband and you came over and talked to me. You're welcome. So I had been in network marketing once before without success. Can anybody out there relate? I had personally enrolled 120 people, but I did not achieve duplication. It never grew. I spent a lot of money and time. So this time around, I knew I needed to do this a different way so I could get a different result and achieve duplication. I went to a monthly training, and that is where I met Stu Brody. Thank you, Stu, for your guidance and your friendship and always being there for us. I went to the training to see how to build this business. What was the system? Because I knew a system was critical for success in order to create duplication and build leveraged income. I wanted that exponential growth. People need to know that there is a clear, simple path to follow. So from the moment you start talking to a prospect, you want to be following the system because this is where duplication begins. I'm always thinking, am I introducing them to the business in a way that they could have success? Am I following the system? Now this might sound simple, but this is a simple business. Now I did not say it was easy. It's simple. So to get duplication, you do not want to overcomplicate it. So here are some principles that we have used to build our business. First, we expose them to information. We promote event to event, and we build community. We expose them to information. In this case, I didn't say much. I used a tool, and I showed Maria the ABC investigative report. We're trying to move them from one exposure to the next so they can make a decision. Sometimes it'll take a lot of exposures. So next, you promote event to event. Eric Worre says promoting is the highest paid skill in network marketing. So guess what? Better get great at it. So an event could be a call, it could be a meeting, it could be a webinar, it could be Elite Academy, it could be a convention, it can be adding people to social media groups. Always be thinking, what is the next step that you are promoting people to? So we invite prospects even to training so they get a chance to see the whole thing, the whole enchilada, the vision, right? We want them to hear a story that might resonate with them. We want them to meet the team and see the culture. So plug your prospects into the system. Don't wait for them to become a distributor. I invite people that are interested in the business, haven't signed up, to the training, to our calls, to meetings we have, to keep learning and listening. Carrie was a professional promoter. She came armed with product. People don't value what they don't pay for.
For me to get started immediately, and she was clear that I would replace that product when I ordered. She set the intention that I was going to order. Then she got Carrie Dickey on a call with me to tell me more about this, show me the vision. Then she took me to a whole meeting where I got to see my first presentation, building and continuing to believe in that. And then she took me a couple weeks later to a training where I saw the first training. All of this is what built my belief in that I could do this. Initially, she went through the blueprint with me. We sat down, but the training was the reinforcement at these events. All of this kept reinforcing everything. The training also showed me the bigger vision and social proof. I saw real, ordinary people having extraordinary success, and I wanted that. Do you want that? Yes! That's why it is so important for each of you, everywhere, even you in the back, sitting way in the back, to understand that you can do this. We had no clue that this would happen to us in the beginning. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, right, you're sitting here and you're thinking, there's no way that I can be on this stage talking, right? I want you to know that we felt that same way, and yet here we are doing it. Anything that you believe in, you can manifest. So what do you want to create?
What is the life that you envision? Don't worry about how it will happen, but instead focus on the feeling of joy, gratitude, and the wow, it's actually happening. Next is building community, which is my favorite part. So we build community through weekly calls and webinars that are part motivation, inspiration, recognition. They're always positive and uplifting, sharing stories in that community to build belief, showing how different people are having success, showing different journeys, different time frames. Get people together to socialize whenever possible. Gather your local team to watch virtual trainings together, do potlucks, do pool parties. Many people join or stick with this long before they have success, for the culture and the impact that being around incredible, uplifting, positive people can have on their life. Use social media to create team groups. Use WhatsApp and messenger groups to connect, recognize, build a support system so people do not feel like they're in this alone. You are going to face rejection on the journey. So having a system and a team that supports you and gives you that constant contact is invaluable. Do not underestimate the power of connection and community. It is critical for retention. We work so hard to find people that see the vision. And when you find those people, make sure that you have a system in place so you can plug them in and get that constant connection and community. I always say that the person that connects the most wins. So the system is critical. We expose, we promote, and we build community. But this business is all about mindset. So we also believe that having a personal system is critical to your success. So here's our daily personal system. First, mindset time, then reconnect with your why and visualize. I always say that you need to have three things you believe in: the products, the business, and belief in yourself. The product is easy, right? Because look at the science that we have. Woo! And you or someone you know has had some sort of personal experience. This industry, it has been around for over 150 years. I was just on a cruise in Portugal and I met a couple there. We started talking. He's a very successful person in network marketing in this industry. He had over 40 years of experience. We had some great conversations about this industry. I was picking his brain. I wanted to learn more about it. So take the time to become a student of this industry. The toughest part for most people, though, is seeing themselves achieving success. So from day one, dive into personal development. That's the key to building and creating a strong mindset. So if you are strong, your business is strong. If you are weak, your business is weak, regardless of what your back office looks like. So here is our personal system to stay strong. Every single day, you need to devote 15 minutes to cultivating a rock-solid mindset. Read something motivational, listen to a podcast, watch motivational speakers on YouTube. Be intentional about learning about the industry. Intentionally take 15 minutes, that's it, 15 minutes every single day to feed your brain. Next is your personal commitment to yourself, right? You need to make that personal commitment. Go back and reevaluate your why. Why are you getting involved in this? Connect with it. Go deeper into the emotion. Connect your heart to your why. You need to do this daily to get strong and not let obstacles and challenges allow you to quit. It's very easy to want to quit and walk away. Every day my why was staring me in the face. My two boys. So many dreams. And I couldn't even buy them. I couldn't even get them the sneakers they wanted when school started 9 years ago. You know, they wanted the really expensive ones. I'm like, no, you gotta get these. That broke my heart as a mom. And I had signed up, but I wasn't all in yet. But that day in that store, I promised myself that that would never happen again. Because I felt guilty because I walked away from a job and I chose not to work. I chose to be a stay-at-home mom. And then I was feeling guilty. I can't even get my kids what they want. Maybe I should go back to work. But then I said, I have this opportunity. And then I said, come hell or high water, I was going to make this business work for me and my family.
Yes! So I want you to visualize, and I want you to feel the end result. What does it feel like to be a Pro 7 or a Master Pro 10? What does it look like? What will your life be like? Get specific. How will you spend your time? Who will you be with? What will you be doing? I want you to crystallize that vision and feel it as if it's already happened. Allow yourself to really feel the emotion.
Let's say you want to take your family on a Disney vacation, right? Imagine being there, going on a ride, laughing, hearing the silly screams of your kids. Feel that joy in your heart. That feeling is what will manifest. Don't get caught up on the how. Just marinate in the feeling of what you want to experience. I knew I wanted this to work for me. So I would see myself walking on this stage. I would hear my walkout song. I would feel amazing in my dress. I was visualizing all of this. I felt the excitement and the awe that I had made it. I saw my boys with brand new sneakers and us on amazing vacations, laughing and enjoying each other. And today, we have the time freedom to do that. I go to all my son's sporting events, and it's been the dream of my life to do that and be that present mom, finally.
I want you to know that the short-term imbalance for a life that you could never imagine, I want you to know that your sacrifices are worth it. So bottom line, what do you need to do, right? It all comes down to taking daily action and following the system. So first, you got to go back to step one, the invite. You have to take daily action, daily exposures. The key is to expose to large numbers of people consistently. Be willing and committed to going through the numbers. So how are you going to keep yourself accountable?
Here's a way to guarantee that you will take action every day. This is the simple tool that I used from day one when I started this business. And Harvard Business Review published an article on this, on how successful people reach their goals. Do you want to increase your success by 300%?
Heck yeah!
Do you?
Come on, anybody?
Use a calendar. Simple, right? But block out time on a calendar. How easy is that? If you block out time and do what you blocked out that time for, you will increase and have more, you'll increase your business and have more success. Don't get distracted or talk yourself out of the action needed. There's 4 steps to this. Get specific, right, on your calendar. Block out time to make calls. Block out time for follow-up calls, and block out time to set some appointments. Decide where and when you will take action, and shift your mindset. Develop the skills that you need to improve. Keep learning. And then 4th is focus on what you will do, not what you won't.
So here is what I want to know. Are you ready to be invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable? So how often are you going to make calls?
Daily.
How often will you expose people to the ABC Primetime Report or other tools?
Daily.
How often will you add to your database?
Daily.
How often are you going to follow up?
Daily.
How often will you contact people? How often will you sample NAD with people?
Daily. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you. We are honored.
White Vantage, everybody out of the crowd, I need you guys to stand up right now. Everybody stand up right now. Gotta get some energy going in this room. If you are excited to be here, let me hear you make some noise. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? If you know the words to this song, sing it with me as loud as you can. No escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a fool boy. I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy. Little those doesn't really matter. We are gonna jump up and down with energy on the count of 3. Life Vantage, are you with me? That's what that new energy does. We got energy going in this room right now. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the stage right now from Covington, Louisiana. Please welcome Elite Pro 9 with all the energy you've got. Please welcome Fred Graves. When the pimp's in the grip, drop it like it's hard, drop it like it's hard, drop it like it's hard. The pigs try to get it, park it like it's hard, park it like it's hard, park it like it's hard. When the fool get an attitude, pop it like what's up with that? Man, a little bit of energy in here. I didn't think it was enough, so we asked for a little bit of a dance break for y'all. I need to get your blood flowing a little bit. Man, doesn't it feel good? Excited, just a little bit. I tell you what, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit. I mainly want to talk to you guys in the room. Been in this business for the last 90 days. I'll share my story a little bit and lead to what you're going to do to launch your business through invites to keep that technique consistent throughout your business. But I got to clear the air on some things for you guys. Because I know we're fired up. We're excited. We just geeked out on a whole bunch of science. And we're in the business of duplication. And so when I saw this geeked out science, I got geeked out, got fired up. Because no one else got that geeked out science, just us. We own it. But I also know what it does to people when we get so fired up and want to go do the research. I want you guys to understand what that presentation, by the way, was phenomenal. But what that presentation was for you to build that posture and confidence to go build this business. What that presentation was not was for you to go try to say anything they just said. See, the good thing for me is I can't spell or pronounce half the crap they were saying anyway. So I didn't have that problem. But for you guys in the room, I know you guys are here. You made the first leap of faith of taking control of your future by saying yes. And then you took control of that action by being here. And I'll tell you, being at the events are the most important part of your business, and here's why. Because it's hard to comprehend the end result of what's possible when you take advantage of an opportunity like this. And so when you're here for the first time, you look at the people up front going, man, I want to be up there. And I want you to know you will be up here. And it comes down to a choice of change, and you take control of that choice of change. I'll share my story because a lot of people think you got to have a background in this industry or understand the medical side of it to have any success. And really what you just need is a burning desire of change and be willing to be different and go do something about it. And every single one of you, I applaud you for being here
Because you've already separated yourself from masses. See, the masses go through life justifying that their life's okay. But you guys found a need and saw a need and wanted more, and you did something about it. You already succeeded in life, and in real life. Because most people never, ever take that first step. So next month, it'll be 10 years I've been in this company. I'll just share with you a little bit of my leading up to LifeVantage, how I got to where I'm at. My father was killed at 14 years of age. At 16 years of age, I dropped out of school because I knew what I was going to do in life. I knew I was going to run a business. I didn't drop out of school because I was a loser. I dropped out of school because college didn't make sense to me. Go to be a doctor, scientist, lawyer, go to college. I wanted to run a business. It didn't make sense to go to college, have a professor teach me how to run a business, and that dude ain't running a business. So I took the theory in life, I'm going to go surround myself with people that have what I want. And if I do what they've done to get what they have, I'll have what they have. Does that make sense? Sound like network marketing? Sound like duplication? It works. I dropped out of school at 16. I surround myself with successful people doing disaster relief work, chasing hurricanes. When you watch the Weather Channel, people were evacuated. I was the only moron heading that direction. That's what we did. But I made my first million at 24 years of age. And what I had the privilege of doing is tasting money and time. This was a traditional business. But I made my first million at 24 years of age. I'd go work the store for 7 to 8 months, come home and wait for the next one. The only sicko that liked the Weather Channel. But we know times have changed, and I got caught in 08. I just diversified and got a gypsum mine in the Dominican Republic, started mining gypsum, lived there for about a year. And when the economy shifted, something that I couldn't control, my investors backed out from me. So in August of 2009, I came back to the States with a suitcase full of clothes. The reason I share that story with you guys is there's a lot of people in this room wondering if this will work. And I'm telling you right now, it will work. And it's going to work. Because you've already made the hardest step of your life and you made a choice of change and you said, this is the vehicle I'm going to take advantage of. Let's talk about what I did to create that success. We got involved November 2009. I watched ABC primetime video. 20 minutes later, we enrolled. We left me and my girlfriend at the time that was renting a house or renting a bedroom for $300 a month. We left ourselves with $200 to our name. She was crying her eyes out going, what are we going to do? We've got rent next week, $300. And I said, it's very simple. If we don't change our current situation, our path is going to be the same. This is our way out. And so what I did is I went and talked to every single person. I don't have that much time. I went and called every single person that had what I wanted. I said, tell me what I need to do. And every single one of them said the same exact thing. Fix the system, stay plugged in, never submit. And I went and told the world this opportunity. I called 45 people. I enrolled at 9:30 at night. I left Brand's Lynette's house. I drove home and I was on the phone until midnight calling 45 people about this opportunity. You know what I didn't do? I didn't talk about oxidative stress. I didn't talk about protanum. I didn't talk about any of this stuff, again, because I couldn't pronounce it. I saw a way out, very simple concept. It was an opportunity to position yourself in front of the masses. If you look at any successful opportunity, and anybody that's made it big, what they were able to do is to see traction happening and position themselves and take advantage of it. Here's what else I didn't do, and I don't want you to do it either. You made a choice of change because you want more. Don't allow your prospects to predict your future. And what I mean by that is we get involved and we're so worried about what people think. They don't pay your bills. No one paid for my food. No one gave me a car. No one gave me a house when I came back to America broke. I had to figure it out. The point is this. If you are here because you want something more in life, you have to go make it happen. So when you're out telling people about this opportunity, don't allow them yes or no's to predict your future. You have to control those emotions. It's you against the world when it comes to finding a way through life. And you already made the choice that this is it. So you've got to stick to it. Can't become emotionally attached to it. It's on you. And so one of the things that I always did in this business and talking to people is I didn't give them the option. I did not care. I didn't care what people thought. The reason why is they weren't getting me closer to the things I needed to get back on. Being around my family, getting back on my feet. So I had to have that confidence and posture in this opportunity. How did I do it? I did watch the Geeked Out Science, but I did it so it built my confidence and it built my posture. And I went to people, and a simple explanation of an invite was a very simple concept. Look, I don't know if this is for you or not, but you need to see what I'm doing. And what that did is it created a lot of posture with an invite. I didn't have to get sucked down
rabbit holes. Sometimes we get sucked down rabbit holes when the questions start coming in. Because when the questions start coming in, I'm just like, look, if you're asking way too many questions, I got to go. And I just went to create and plant another seed. But at the end of the day, when you realize what we've got our hands on and where it's going, we don't have time to wait for the seed to turn into a crop. It's coming. Our job in our business is to go plant as many seeds as possible, nurture those seeds, water those seeds. All of that is the system that you just heard ladies go over. And you're going to hear it all week, and it's a system. What I love about the system is when you start here, you end up there, and you do it again, and you do it again. So the exciting thing about learning the invite and understanding you're in control of this is you're never going to stop that. There is no rank that you stop doing that, because that's how you're going to get your business off the ground. It's how you're going to create the success. It's going to create the duplication. And if you want financial freedom, what happens is you've got to create a system where you can step out of it and continue. The system. What I love about the opportunity is we are getting this information in front of as many people as possible, not just from a business standpoint. There's a lot of people in this world that don't want more. They have settled for where they're at. But majority of people do want a better health. What I love about this opportunity is it's not just, hey man, come join the business, or hey, come get our product. It's a menu. It's a menu. When you go to a restaurant and they give you a menu, there's appetizers, there's entrees, there's salads, there's alcohol, there's whatever. They don't get mad when you don't order one of everything. You shouldn't get mad when your friends tell you no. It's irrelevant. When my friends told me no, the first thing I thought of was, listen, dude, you don't know more than the American Heart Association. I can promise you that. When people talk about, I can't do this business with my reputation, what reputation? Your reputation is not better than Harvard, not better than Duke. What's your reputation? We've got the backbone of all the science in these products. So the exciting thing I'll tell you is this. We've got to get this information to as many people as possible. Why? Because they are life-changing products. The products is the backbone of what we have. The reason why we even have an opportunity is because our company went and did their homework, and they found where technology of how we can better our health is going, and we position ourselves in front of everyone. And with the slides today, we just made that space a little bit further, didn't we? So the exciting part about it is you are in full control of the outcome. You are in full control of how much of this company you want. You are in full control of how fast your business grows or how slow it grows. Either way, we love you. I tell my team, I will do 1 call a month for you. I will do 100 calls for you. The exciting part about it is you get to set your own pace. The one thing I love about the system that's not attached to it is a timeline. We won't tell you how fast you can get somewhere. Just because you have a distributor grow from here to here at a certain time, it doesn't mean it will work for everybody that way. What I will tell you is this. The system works. Systems don't fail. People fail systems. What you've got to be really, really good at is creating excitement. See, the science is really good. The science is what separates us from everybody else. But when you go out into invite and you incorporate any of that science, you're losing people. You know why? Because no one likes to be sold. You guys like to be sold? Anybody in this room like to be sold? I'll tell you, you won't, because when you go to the store and try on clothes and the sales lady comes walking your way, you almost get angry that she's coming to bother you. But as soon as you find your skirt or your pants and you try it on, you're like, where the heck's that dude at? You just flip the emotions of being in control. People like to be in control. The best way to handle a conversation is to give them a little taste of what we've got. Keep them hungry. Keep them in control of wanting more information. When they come to you and ask the question of what we have, you're controlling getting this information in front of people. See, we get so caught up in understanding nutrigenomics and stop. Build it for your belief and understand we're different. It's not the details. It's the fear of loss. It's the urgency. It's the excitement to want people to have a better way out. Here's what I know. For a fact, every one of your cousins and your moms and your dads and your neighbors, everybody you talk to in your database, I know for a fact they want better health. Whether they tell you or not, they want better health. What I know for a fact is if they could make more money, they would. Whether they tell you or not, they would. I know for a fact they would love more time where money's not controlling them. They won't tell you that, but I know for a fact they will. You know why I know that? Because every single person in the world is, if they had the opportunity to position themselves, to
take advantage of an opportunity, let's say like Amazon, or let's say like Facebook, they would. Why? Because of the end result. So the point of it is this. We know what we have our hands on, don't we? We know what we have our hands on, don't we? Yes or yes? So the point is, when we're out inviting and building this business, we're not asking for their opinions. We're not asking for their thoughts. We know it. And in the flip side of it, you've got to admit, this is some pretty confusing stuff when you're for the first time, right? But here's what we know. We live in a world when technology changes, society adapts. We live in a world that people want the best available thing they get their hands on, the fastest, the smallest, the most convenient thing. We also know what we've got our hands on, and we also know it continues to get better. So the point of it is, when you're inviting this information, you need to be doing it consistently. You saw the company come out with the 60 and 30. What is that? Sometimes we overwhelm new distributors with the invite and their database and how many people. Seriously, like, don't complicate it. What are we doing from an invite invitation? You do it your whole life. You've done this behavior from the time you were born. Network marketing is a behavior you were born with. You do it. Every single one of you probably did it this week. You see, when we bring joy to our life, we find something that makes us happy, we want to give that joy. We want to make someone else feel that joy. It's why you tell someone to go eat at the steakhouse. Tell someone to go stay at this hotel. Because it brought joy to our life, a vacation you went to brought joy to your life, and I want the joy for you. I get to be a part of that joy. Have you not done that your whole life? Don't complicate the invite. We're not inviting someone for a sale. There's not a transaction involved. You have to understand when you are this early in stages, we're not jumping on a trend that the world knows about. We're creating a trend, and it takes time. And we're not just creating a trend, we're creating a new path. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So here's the deal. If you compound effect, little efforts, but consistent efforts of 2 a day. Can you guys talk to 2 people a day? I promise you can run into 2 people a day that would like better health, that would like maybe a little bit extra money. You know, and there's the ability for us to make a lot, but I'll tell you this, majority of people are just dying or praying for 200 to 300 extra bucks a month. It's not a lot. Again, don't ever complicate it, and don't prejudge or think you haven't figured out what people will or won't do. When my brother-in-law and sister told me this information, I can promise you they could have said, I can't afford that. I couldn't. But they didn't prejudge me. They saw an opportunity and a way out. They saw benefits from a health product, and they let me decide. And that's what you need to do. You let people decide to see if they're ready to take control of their future and if they're ready to take control of their health. The bottom line is you've made that choice. The bottom line is you're here today because you want that change. You've already made that step, and now you just got to capitalize and take advantage of the opportunity. And I'll tell you this, that phase 1 of your business is the most important phase of business because it sets the pace for your end result. It doesn't matter what rank you are. If you're ready to go to the next level, go do it. If you're sitting in this room at a Pro 7, you're sitting in this room at a Pro 9, you're sitting in a room at a Pro 10, you're ready to go to the next level, go do exactly what you did to get to where you're at. And what are those behaviors? It's that wheel of the system, and the invite is the precursor of all of it. So guys, I think you guys feel the excitement. And I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm really excited about is we have product that's separated from the delivery method, but they're already aware of it. So it's getting, I won't say easier, it's getting better. From our product standpoint, from our opportunity standpoint, when people are judging if they want more in life and they evaluate this opportunity, most people say no because they're fear of failure, the fear of what people think, Facebook status, right? They're all worried about all that stuff. The proof is in the pudding. The writing is on the wall. This company isn't a 36-cent stock anymore. This product doesn't have 3 studies. We've got a lot of success behind our belt. The foundation is built, and we're getting prepared to go to the next level. And the bottom line is you have made a choice of change, and what I want you to do is take it to the next level. And I believe in every single one of you because I know you can do it. And I don't ever want any one of you guys in this room to think your story is not powerful enough to get in front of the room and share it. I'll tell you this, your story is powerful. People need to hear your story. You're that little chance of hope that they've been waiting for. So what you've got to do is overcome your fears as fast as possible, because your fears are holding back this message, changing people's lives forever. From a health standpoint, preventive standpoint, take control of where they're heading. You guys ready to do that? Say it. Say, I am ready. I will win. Let's make it happen, baby.
Making their way back to the stage, please welcome your Life Vantage sales directors, Colton, Steven, and Skylar.
Hey, this a rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't ever stop. It's a flow that got the block hot. It's super hot. Give me my respect.
How are you guys doing so far on this opening session? All righty, we are entering one of our favorite times to close out a session. So make sure you get on your phones. Anyone who's in the lobby, make sure they're getting in here because we're seeing these tickets. I feel like this is kind of empty. We need more tickets. We need a lot more tickets in here. But not right now. Not right now. We're okay. So if you don't have your tickets in, we'll fill it up on the next session, but not right now. As we're getting it up for our next session. Not right now. Not right. I would have you take it. I feel like I walked into that. What we're going to do first, as you see us, we've got some fun things getting set up behind us. We have just a few key announcements to make sure you're ready to make sure the rest of the day goes as smoothly as possible for you. One, how many are interested in Greater China? From 1:30 to 2:30, next to the Seaside Ballroom in S5. Again, at 1:30 to 2:30, we will have a Greater China update. So make sure that you've hit that. I think you're good. Okay. What else do we have that we're waiting for?
You know what? And I'm getting wet. This thing's just moving on its own. It's freaking me out. So I'm going to stand over here. Do we have any Canadians in the house? Where are my Canadians at? There we go. Hey, guys. Good to see you. So we are getting together tonight, right after our second general session in the Seaside Ballroom for our Canada update meeting. So if you are Canadian, or perhaps you know some Canadians, or you'd like to become a Canadian citizen, whatever it might be, right after general session, our second general session in the Seaside Ballroom. Skylar, any other announcements?
Yeah, we got one more. So last but not least, who loves the training by our amazing presenters? You guys enjoying this? That's what I love to hear. So if you want some more of that, you're going to be right back here right after lunch at 3 o'clock, where we're going to go into our business workshops. All right? We did not want you to miss out on any of the presentations. So we're doing business workshops. Everybody's going to be back here together. And we're going to have a great time. Right?
All right.
All righty. So we're going to see everybody back here at 3. Doors will open back at 2. Who's ready to win some stuff? Grandkid, it didn't sound like somebody's ready to win something. Who's ready to win something? All right. So get your tickets out. We're going to draw 4 numbers and have you join us on. What we're going to do is you're going to have a chance to either take the prize or shoot and make one basket. Sky, show us how it's done. Put the pressure on you. I like that 4.
Air
there
ball.
it is. There it is. Oh! To make one of those, you get to join us in our final session for the grand prize. Or, Colton will show us, you get 2 chances to putt and make a
I'm
hole
really
in one.
upset that Skylar made that.
The pressure's now on.
Oh, don't do what Colton did.
There we go. So again, you'll get 1 shot or 2 putts. If you don't feel that you'll be able to make either of those, we do have a prize that you can select. So who's ready to win? All right. Let's get our first one.
this up a little bit. All right. All right. All right. You know this name? Lori Charette. Come on up, Lori. Come on down, Lori. I heard cheering. I heard cheering. You're not Lori. I heard loud. There she is. Huge round of applause for Lori. Okay, I'm gonna draw one. Let me draw over here. Our next one is Carol Williams from Birmingham, Alabama. I heard some noise over here. If Carol Williams is by you, can you please make a lot of noise? Just I see lights like this area. I'm seeing like a flashlight out there. There she comes. There's some waving up there. I think they're trying to signal to us. They're doing right. So while she's coming, we're going to draw the next. Be careful. Okay. There's a lot riding on this.
Okay. We got Brian Kennedy. Brian Kennedy, where are you at? Let's go, Brian!
All right, we need one more? One more. This is the last one. Okay, who would like to come up here on stage and have a chance to win some cool prizes? Let's go. John Knight Jr. Oh. John. There's like a faint scream. Can we get a louder scream if John's... Let us know if John's by you. Uh-oh. Oh, is John in the room? I'm not here. I'm not seeing or hearing John. Where's John? Do we have another balcony one way up there? I think so. Oh, did we find? We found Carol? Okay, good. All right, we're gonna give John a minute, but we're gonna get started. All righty, Lori, you're on a thirst. So you get a choice. Are you going to take a shot, or you get 2 putts to make it in, or we have a prize for you that we'll give you without any. But she wants to know what to do.
Help her out. Help Lori out.
She's putting. We're going for the putt. She's just figuring out which side of the putter she needs to use. A little less grip on that one.
It's definitely somewhere in between there.
It's all right. It's all good. Let's give it up one more time for Lori. Round of applause for Lori. All righty. Who we got next? Who was Carol? All righty, Carol. What would you like to do, the shot or the putt? She's confident. The putt all the way. Got another putter? Carol. Got another putter. Get in there.
It's got
Get
the
in
speed.
there.
Amazing job,
We got
Carol.
our first winner. That was a great foot.
All right, fellas, she showed us how easy it is. Brian, going for the shot.
He's going for the shot. And right off the head.
So good. Hey, one more huge round of applause for Brian. That's a hard shot. A lot of pressure here.
All right, John, time to bring it all home. We're doing the putt or the putt? Going for the putt.
A lot of people aren't confident in their free throws. I don't know. Just you got to bend your knees a little bit, just a little bit of follow through.
Let's get it serious. Let's take it off the land here.
Ooh, just to the left. Pushed it a little bit. Hey, let's hear it. Hey, let's make some noise for him. Let's get it. Let's make it loud. Let's get some confidence here. Here we go. This one's going in. Oh! It's all right. Hey, one more huge round of applause, please. So we had one person that made it.
One that made it, Lori.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. For those of you that didn't make it, we're gonna have you come up here, right here, so everyone can see you. That you're not hiding in the shadows. We're back here on stage. We're just got to be loud and proud, okay? We still got something for you. Each one of you is gonna be walking away with a $100 gift card to Nike. Regardless, showing off some good athletic ability. There you go. There you go. Round of applause for all of our participants right up here.
And joining us in the final session for the grand prize, Carol Williams. Let her hear it. So, you will want to join us in the last session. There is going to be an amazing fun. You're going to be able to compete and have some fun with Darren and Justin at the very end. So make sure you're here. Get all your notes together. Make sure your friends are here. Got lots of photos. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And one more huge round of applause for all of our raffle winners here. Amazing job, everybody.
I think we're now the only thing standing between you and lunch. So make sure back in here for our breakout workshops at 3 o'clock. Doors open at 2. Make sure you're getting for the Canada meeting, the China updates, and we'll see you all right back in this very same room.
We'll see you later.